Game number 128 for the Angels, 34 to go. The Halos with a 5-game lead in the West over the Texas Rangers, 20.5 up on tonight's opponent, Oakland. And here's the A's batting order. Kennedy, Davis, Suzuki, Tusk, Hairston, and Scott Bell did a home run last night. His 16th of the year. He had a career-high 17 last year. This year he's been with both the Padres and the A's. Sweeney, Ellis, Barton, and Pennington, and they will have to face a tough right-hander, Jared Weaver, who's going for his 14th win tonight.
All right, Jared Weaver, it'd be a career high for him if he could reach that mark, but he's a focused pitcher, and he can be tough. Okay, you see he's hit a couple bumps in the road his last 13 starts. The stats prove that, but he's a winner. And when his name is announced as starting pitcher that night, his team, they understand that they've got a great chance to win the ball game because of his good fastball location. He's got a slider, curve, and a changeup. Curveball, changeup, to me, are his best pitches. He commands those. He can throw them anytime in the count. He's a competitor and one of the Angels' best pitchers of the year. Should have been an all-star this year, but wasn't. He'll get over that. He'll have his turn one of these years, but he's got a great arm, very deceptive to righties. Lefties have busted 14 homers off him. He'll have to kind of be careful with some of the lefties in their lineup.
Here is Adam Kennedy, former Angel, who has 4 hits in this series. And you saw that Jared Weaver carved the initials of his friend that he lost back in April, Nick Adenhart, on the back of the mound. Next curveball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Weaver had invited Nick Adenhart to live with him until he found a place, and he said, "Come on, rookie, and I'll show you the ropes." There's a swing and a miss on a fastball at 90 miles an hour.
Yep, he's not going to go over that much. He might go to 93 at times, but he's got a good straight fastball. He's a fly ball pitcher, so he'll get a lot of outs in the air because he uses the 4-seamer.
Ooh, that didn't miss by very much, and it is called a ball, a 2-2 count. Home plate umpire tonight is Greg Gibson, Ted Barrett at first base, Tim McClelland at second base, and Andy Fletcher at third. Weaver stays with the fastball and strikes out Kennedy.
Adam was looking for something else. That's the only way, but he was trying an emergency hack there to try to just foul a piece of that one off. We've got to punch out early. He'll strike out a lot. Defending behind him, we're going to see Matthews Jr. out there. Juan Rivera's going to get it tonight off. Rest those legs a little bit. Heat up that bat in tomorrow's afternoon affair. Mighty Meister Sturis is getting the start short. Ibar, he gets a little chilling time on the pine for 9. And in Sturis, he's been a solid contributor. He's only made 3 errors all year long, and 2 of them came at shortstop in 23 starts there. He's been very sure-handed and very good with the bat.
So just a night off for both Eric Ibar and Juan Rivera from the original starting lineup. They likely will be back in there tomorrow, but the Angels going through a stretch where they'll play 52 games over a 54-game day period, and they don't have any days off until September.
No, so that was a foul tip strike there. Rajai Davis, he wasn't sure about that. He was fooled by the location. Weaver coming up and in on him, and it just ticked his bat. Okay, but Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, he didn't signal it till Rajai Davis walked to the other side of the batter's box, says, "You foul tipped that."
How about that? It looked like Mike Napoli, the catcher, was going to set up away and then come back in, and Davis called timeout. So maybe they tipped something off. Napoli staying outside, and it's swung on, fouled back, and the count stays at 0-2. Rajai Davis is playing very well, batting .288 and .322 with 15 stolen bases the last month of the season. He's been playing a lot, almost every single day in center field.
Right, you know, he's earned that spot with his play. He's a very good defender, gets aggressive on the bases. Weaver doing a nice job of spotting the fastball. Didn't get that one in, but you know, the pitch inside, it's important for Weaver. Then he'll execute his curve and changeups later in the game. And there's one there that missed. But he's got very good command with those pitches. Tough competitor, mound presence, all that stuff. And now with Kazmir, they got 5 good, solid pitchers. And Mike Scioscia expects a lot out of them. He wants them to finish these last 34 games strong.
Davis has gone from 0-2 to 3-2, and Jared Weaver does not want to lose Rajai Davis. He's like a double every time you walk him. He has that kind of speed. Davis has hit just 2 home runs this year, so Weaver, I'm sure, will be very aggressive with this next pitch on 3-2. And it's right down the middle, and Davis pops it up right side. Howie Kendrick makes the catch for out number 2. Oakland comes in with a record of 56-72. They're way back in the West, 20.5 games back of the Angels. But they won the first game of this homestand where the Angels 2-0 did the Athletics, and then the Halos rallied back to win last night 11-7, rallying from a 6-1 deficit.
Yeah, they're going to get you at some point. May not score enough, but you know, with good starting pitching, if they get back in rhythm, they can go 6-7 innings and hold some opponents down. They're going to win a majority of the games. That's been a sore spot lately, but the rookies are out. Bell's out. O'Sullivan's not in there anymore, and they consummated that deal and solidified it. Got 2 lefties now, not just Saunders, but Casimir too. Should be fun to watch him pitch on Wednesday in Seattle.
Kurt Suzuki fouls off a fastball right side and out of play. Count moves to 1-1. After opening the month 12-5, the Angels have gone 3-6 since, and the team ERA is 5.52 in August. That's the highest of any month, and as you talked about, it has to do with the 4 and 5 starters. When Saunders was out, Sean O'Sullivan and Trevor Bell. The ball is lined sharply to right field, and it will drop and get past Bobby Abreu. Suzuki off for second base and cruises into second with a 2-out double.
Suzuki, man, he's been a very, very solid defender behind the plate. I mean, so much so as I talked to Brett Tomko, last night's starting pitcher, about Suzuki, and he says, you know, Tomko, he said, Hud, I've had 32 catchers in my career catch me. I have a case of balls with everyone who caught me in my home, in my trophy room. And Suzuki is one of the best I've ever pitched to. And I said, man, he's only in his second full year. He says he's smart and he's got a great idea how to call a game. That's from the veteran Tomko.
Jack Cust takes strike 1. Cust has not played that well in this series, just 1 for 7, but was on fire coming in. He's like 12 for 23 with 4 home runs the last week, and then the Angels really cooled him off. He's also struck out 4 times in this series. Did not bite on the breaking ball. A 1-1 count to Jack. He's a guy you can strike out. 144 strikeouts this year. Last year struck out 197 times, breaking an Oakland record. And they've had some free swingers in the past when you go back to the days of Reggie Jackson, Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco, but now Mr. Cust, he's flown past all those free swingers and power hitters. In a year, Mark Reynolds set the mark. Ryan Howard. Look at the strikeouts and the totals of the recent players. And you go back to Major League history and you discover that Joe DiMaggio had more home runs than strikeouts in his career. Well, the game has changed.
Oh, no question. It's a different era now. Guys are paid on power.
Great changeup. Wow.
2 of them back to back. Against lefties, you'll see that more from Weaver. Good job.
batting order and is brought to you by AM/PM. Sean Figgins, Bobby Abreu, Torrey Hunter, Vlad Guerrero, and Mr. Morales. Bam Bam went 5 for 5, a career high in hits, and he tied a career best in RBIs. My Series tourist Mike Napoli, Gary Matthews Jr., and Howie Kendrick go for the Angels against Vin Mazzaro, another rookie that Oakland will display, 22 years old, out of Hackensack, New Jersey.
All right, Vin Mazzaro, in order for him to have some success against the Angels tonight, he's got to be aggressive with his fastball. That's what Kurt Suzuki told me. He's got to get right after him. Now, he's going to throw 85% fastballs. He's got a nice slider that he'll use to both lefties and righties. His changeup is seldom used, but he will use it against lefties. Wants to establish the zone. So far this year, the kid, he's young, he's 22 years old, 319 average against. They've been raking him pretty good, but he's 22, you know, like a bunch of these young starters for Oakland. Could be learning in the minors, but he's learning up here, and that's just fine with him.
He does not have a quality start covering his last 12 starts. This was a guy who was called up June 2nd and pitched so well early. Shut out the Chicago White Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Not a complete game shutout, but his first 2 games were outstanding.
There's a changeup early. He's only going to throw a few of them, and it'll be to the left-handed batters. But, you know, like you mentioned earlier, the game's changing so much. The home run hitters, they don't care if they strike out nowadays because they're paid on homers. And I think he took a slice down the line, but it's going to go foul. But so has the young starters. We're seeing young kids being brought up here way before they're ready, and that's because of the economic climate in the game, too. And some of these teams that are in smaller markets are going to bring up the young kids. If they got any kind of future at all, they're auditioning them, especially Oakland.
Oakland has 4 rookie starters. We'll see another one tomorrow in Brett Anderson. They've got 2 21-year-olds in Anderson and Cahill. Mazzaro's 22, and Gio Gonzalez is the senior member of the rookies. He's 23. Oh, they called that a strike, and Sean did not like the call from home plate umpire Greg Gibson.
Well, so far early in this game, Gibson's been really tight with his on the corners. He's been going balls, so you can't blame Figgy for taking that. Because he didn't give Weaver any of that in the first inning, but still a little bit too close to take, I guess. But still, another 3-2 count, and Figgins doing his job, milking pitches, you know, making the pitcher expend some pitches, and that's going to be another test for Mazzaro. Kurt Suzuki says, you know, he throws a lot of pitches early. He has some command issues, and he needs to get in and get some early count outs in order for him to stay long in the game.
Rexy has averaged over 100 pitches per 5 innings.
All right, so Kurt Suzuki's right on with his description of this young 22-year-old.
Back-to-back strikes. Bobby Abreu got a base hit in the 8th inning that kind of broke a 2-for-20 slide that he had been in.
Angels are 13-7 against rookie pitchers this year, and we've faced a ton of them.
Fouled off the end of the bat. Because of the workload that Oakland has had to go through, on September 1st, Billy Beane and Bob Guerin will go to a 6-man rotation. They know that these starting pitchers who are rookies haven't gone past 140, 150 innings in a season. On the hands of Bobby Abreu, tries to dump it into left field, but racing out there and making the play, Cliff Pennington for the 2nd out.
All right, defending behind the young rookie Mazzaro. They got Scott Harrison in left field. Rajai Davis gets to a lot of balls in the center. Cliff Pennington and Mark Ellis are holding up the keystone up the middle. You got Kurt Suzuki. He's been awesome. Adam Kennedy, he made a couple errors last night, but he had come into that game just making 3 in his 52 games. Suzuki, he is the #1 fielding catcher in the American League. He's got a .996 fielding percentage. He's only erred 3 times. And this kid in his 2nd full season has opened a lot of eyes. And catching all these rookie pitchers, it was a joy for him to catch Tomko yesterday in last night's game. He says, you know what, it's nice to catch a guy with some time in. I just sat back there and he pitched his game. And I'll say, he left with a lead, and Angels didn't hardly touch him at all except for the homer that Morales hit off him.
Here's Torrey Hunter. He had a 13-game hit streak on the line, went 0 for his first 4 last night, and got a chance to come up again late in that 8th inning and lined a single to left field just past the diving Adam Kennedy to stretch his hit streak now to 14 straight, batting .383. raising his batting average to .315, and he chops this one. Kennedy will field and throw him out. So Ben Mazar with a sharp first inning throws just 14 pitches.
Each other off the field. Look at Hunter. He's going to make eye contact with Kennedy there. See, give him a little, like, okay, hey, look, you better watch yourself the next time. But there's a little eye contact.
Scott Hairston will lead things off for Oakland in the second inning against Jared Weaver. Weaver gave up one hit in the first. That was the 2-out double by Kurt Suzuki. Hairston struck his home run last night, and it was number 6 as an Oakland A. He hit 10 for the San Diego Padres before that July 5th trade, and he sends one to Kenry Morales, who will take the play and record the out, number 1 in the second.
All right, now Jack in the box early in the game. We're going to show you in the box. Sean Figgins outside the box, hitting Figgy with it again. Every night we see a play like this from this guy. He can move. He's got great cat-like quickness to his right and left. And look at this arm. Oh, he barehanded that. Morales helped him out a lot. And then he shows some hops and gets up and snags that. Kurt Suzuki in the first 2 games of the series had 3 hits taken from him by solid defense. That one there by Figgy. Love watching him play. It's exciting.
What is the HUD explanation of getting Figgy with it?
He gets Figgy with it in all aspects of the game. So you're going to hear me say that on offense, on defense, running the bases. He gets Figgy with it, period.
It's just his personality coming out on the play.
Exactly. You know, he's got a great personality. We don't see that here between the lines every night, but we sure get to watch his skills, and it never gets old because he's a focused guy and becoming a huge team leader on this ball club.
Well, if the fans speak HUD, then you will understand the term Figalicious.
Yep, and he likes to get rid of it with some petrol on it, and I like to call that rid and troll.
There's Ryan Sweeney, who's had a very good series. He had a 3-hit game in the opener when Oakland won 2-0, and he provided a home run and then scored the second run after he had tripled. Came a double shy of the cycle. And he knocks that one out of play left side. 2-2. Talented young player, still just 24 years of age, out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He was acquired in a deal with the Chicago White Sox a few years ago. And he has started the last couple of seasons on and off, but now he has been given the everyday job.
Well, Oakland is auditioning for next year. With 34 games remaining, it's important that every player, whether you're on a winning team or a losing team, continues to go out and perform the best they can between the lines, but also you're being watched when you're warming up, your pregame practices, how you carry yourself in the clubhouse, and they evaluate you on those things. The little things sometimes is what gets you a job over the other guy. If you're doing the little things a little bit better and your performance is about the same, the manager will go with you because of the intangibles that you bring.
Jared Weaver with a good duel with Ryan Sweeney. He's thrown him 7 pitches already. Number 8's coming right here. Sweeney swings and misses at the off speed and strikes out. So 3 Ks early in this game by Jared Weaver.
Changeup's just really deceptive because it comes out of the same arm slot as his fastball, and he's got impeccable command with it. He puts it where he wants to right there. You're going to fool a lot of batters, even the hot Sweeney. And Exmo there sees he's off balance, and that's the pitcher's job. Hitter wants to keep his balance and wait for the mistake. Pitchers don't make mistakes, they win games.
2 outs for Mark Ellis. But for Jarrettson, striking out 11 batters in consecutive starts, he's fanned just 7 his last 3 games in 17 and 20 2/3. So maybe he's getting it back because his command has been excellent in the first 2 innings of this, and he does have strikeout stuff. He came in the top 15 in strikeouts, a couple tonight. Now he's tied for 10th. The leader is Justin Verlander of Detroit with 211. Zach Greinke of Kansas City with 197, and John Lester of Boston with 187. Foul back.
But a solid ball player, this guy is. He's a blue-collar player, what they say about a guy who just takes, he doesn't exactly bring a lunch pail to work, but he easily could. Little hard hat on. Very fundamentally sound. Gold Glover.
A line drive just over the glove of the lunging Howie Kendrick, the Angels' second baseman. So just like the first inning, a 2-out base hit. First base hit by Mark in this series. He's now 1 for 8. Ellis at first base, and the batter will be a left-hander, Derek Barton, and he's had a good series with 3 hits. 2 on Thursday, 1 last night. Another youngin, 24 years old, out of Marina High School in Huntington Beach. Ellis bluffed a move like he was going to go, then did not. A couple of years ago, Derek Barton was listed the entire Oakland organization's top prospect. First baseman that didn't have a great deal of power, but high on-base percentage, which Oakland likes, and a gap-to-gap guy. Ellis does not go, and it's outside. Athletics have lost 9 of their last 14. They did open with a win against the Angels on Thursday, then had a 6-1 lead as late as the 6th inning last night, and that's when the Angels got hot, scored a run in the 6th, and scored 7 in the 7th. That was the knockout. In now.
Just pulls the string on that changeup very well. You see he's not missing with that pitch. He got cussed out on that changeup. You got Adam Kennedy and Ryan Sweeney all on changeups. The righties, he's going to work more breaking balls to them. Curves, little sliders. Ellis has 6 stolen bases this year. Has been caught a couple times. Against Jared Weaver, the league has stolen 14 bases off him. They've caught 5, and Weaver has 3 pickoffs on the season with his quick feet, and he throws a 90-mile-an-hour ball to first base. He don't mess around. Very good with his location over there when he picks.
Weaver back even now with Derek Barton after falling behind 2-0. It's 2-2. The Angels with a 5-game lead on Texas. Rangers in Minnesota tonight, and Texas has a 2-0 lead. Another great start by Scott Feldman. He's almost become the team ace. He and Millwood have done a terrific job this year for the Rangers.
Oh, I'll say, good for him.
That was Feldman against Pavano at the Metrodome.
Good sinker.
Ellis goes, pitch is swung on, lifted foul, back and out of play. They'll try it again with Mark Ellis going. Barton does have 1 home run at the big league level this year, and he had a good, not great minor league season, hitting .261, 9 home runs, 48 RBIs in Sacramento, but he spent a lot of time on the DL with a left hamstring problem. Really affected his swing.
40th pitch coming from Weave early. That's a lot.
Barton pops it up left center field. Hunter trots in, makes the catch, and on the 40th pitch for Jared Weaver, he gets Barton and gets the Athletics. We'll see Kendry Morales when we come back. Is trying to go deep with this trio coming up. Vlad Guerrero, Kendry Morales, and Meiser as tourists. Vladdy takes strike one. Big Daddy still in there at that 4 spot, hitting .306 for the season, and then he bangs one foul right side and out of play, so he's down in the count 0-2. He's hit 11 home runs this year, driven in 34, even though he's missed 56 games this year on the disabled list.
Yeah, but he's been productive. Socia believes in him, and he believes in himself.
And then he drops one into center field, and Davis coming on and making a fine catch.
Nice
play.
Time
now for Alexis is pursuing perfection, and it was the perfection we saw from Kendry Morales last night.
That's right. Why not go back to those 2 home runs last night? Bam, bam. Kendry Morales went deep center field, and then he took this pitch off of Ziegler over the rail. Homer, second of the game. Morales now hits. And he comes out for the curtain call. 1 home run every 14 times up for Kendry Morales this year. He's been Alexis pursuing perfection guy from last night.
And you saw that he set the all-time Angels record for most home runs by a switch hitter, eclipsing Chili Davis's mark in 1996 when Chili hit 28. This is a guy who went 5 for 5 last night. A 3-run home run, a solo shot, 2 doubles, a single, 6 RBIs. That tied a career best. He did that also against Minnesota about a month ago. And then he slings that one out of play left side. Mazzaro's retired 4 straight Angels. Just got Vlad Guerrero on a soft line drive to center field where Davis made a fine catch. Tried to check his swing. It rode inside, and now the count is even at 2-2.
Morales, he's got power to all fields, and now pitchers are aware of him. They were aware of him early, but you know, numbers talk loud for a player in a non-verbal body language game. So these guys all look in their clubhouses and they read up the stats on guys, and they go, wow, look at this kid. In his first full season, he's amongst the league leaders in a lot of offensive categories.
That is off the plate. He is 5th in home runs and 4th in RBIs. 91 in his first full season as an Angel. We might be seeing a superstar blossoming now. Now, he's got the talent. He's got to stay healthy, stay focused, and work hard.
Well, he has had no trouble doing that so far. but he's second in slugging behind Mark Teixeira. And we're going to show you in the wild world of finances in this world we're in, a lot cheaper and a very nice find and switch hitter. Now, he's not the kind of fielder Teixeira is, but he might be someday. He's got a nice glove.
Hendry sends it to center field. Davis is waiting for it to come down, and it does, and it's in his glove, and that's the second out. Hendry defected to the United States on June 8th, 2004 after 8 unsuccessful attempts.
Wow, you know, and he paid a stiff price for that too. If you get caught over there for trying to leave their country, man, they put you in prison.
Well, he said it all started because of rumors that he was going to defect, and he said he wasn't going to, but because of it, they tossed him off the team, they suspended him from the Industriales, and therefore he said that put it in my mind, maybe I will defect because they're not going to let me do what I love and play baseball.
Wow. Good for the Angels to be on top of him. Kid's been phenomenal. Sturris hadn't been too bad either.
Meiser sends it in the air left side. Scott Hairston in the corner has it hit off of the top of the wall and bound foul into the seats. So still life for Meiser as Turris on a 1-2 count.
That's a good try. Ball was slicing. He gets to the wall. He knows where the wall is. It just went off his glove. He had plenty of room. Fans let him try to make the catch, and just went off the end of it. Boy, what a family he's from. He's got all kinds of big league lineage in his family. His grandpa, Sam, was in the Negro Leagues.
Didn't he play for the Birmingham Black Barons?
Sure did. Won a Triple Crown in 1950, and then in 1951 became the first African-American player to play for the White Sox, his grandpa.
As Turris ropes it to right field, into the corner it goes and bounces into the seats. A ground rule double for Meiser, and that gentleman caught the ball as it glanced off of the warning track and right into his hands.
14th double for Meiser with 2 outs. Makes some fans happy, get a souvenir. Look what a foul ball does. Outstanding. Meiser took advantage of that high fastball. We're going to watch this. See that front leg come up? They call that a flamingo kick, and that kind of helps you keep your weight back. It's a timing mechanism, but if you're going to pull one, you got to get it out front. Nice, easy swing, level, contact hitter, and dangerous.
Here's Mike Napoli back in the starting lineup. Jeff Mathis has caught the last 2 days. Zara misses outside at 95 miles an hour.
Now, Sturris, he's batting in the 6th spot tonight, but he's been batting second. He's even batted some third, so he's a good run scorer. He's been out there, been very productive this year, scoring a ton of runs.
Angels started poorly last night, batting average with men in scoring position 0 for 8, but they ended 6 for 8. And that has them right now at a major league leading 305. And Napoli has a man at second base, and Meiser is Turris. Very good speed. Pickoff play was on as the second baseman broke, but as Turris read it, slid back to the bag. Mazara has only thrown 32 pitches. His last start was August 24th. He lost at Seattle, giving up 3 runs in only 5 innings. But he threw 99 pitches in those 5 innings, and that's why they had to get him out of there. The 2-0. 2-1.
Well, he's being aggressive, just like his catcher Kurt told him. He says, hey, look, we got to be aggressive with these guys, and you've got a good fastball. Let's use it. And get in there and get some early count outs, and you might stay in a game past 6 innings.
2-run home run by Ken Griffey Jr. knocked him out in that 5th inning.
He's gone 5 innings in each of his last 6 starts.
Low. So Napoli with a good hitter's count against a guy, Vin Mazara, who has given up his share of home runs this year. 11, 7 by left-handers, 4 by right-handers, and Gary Matthews Jr. waiting on deck for the Halos. We're looking for a first run in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. Napoli breaks his bat, pops it up. Pennington back, makes the catch. Inning is over. A broken bat. A solid 2 shutout innings against the Angels. Tomorrow, bring the whole family out for fun afternoon at the Big A, and then stay for Kids Run the Bases post-game. Tickets for this game are still available. Very good seats available, fans, in the view level for just $5, and the right field pavilion as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angel Stadium ticket window.
All right, that kid's sporting that new backpack. He can't wait till school starts next week.
Show up the Angels backpack. I was there. He can say, I was there to get this backpack, and watch Jared Weaver pitch a gem. Weaver now will face Cliff Pennington, then Adam Kennedy and Rajay Davis, hitters 9, 1, and 2. Pennington, star at Texas A&M. Listed foul back and out of play. He was recalled on July 31st, and it seemed like Bob Guerin said, young man, you can earn a job. You're trying out right now, but he's made 26 of the last 27 starts for Oakland.
Solid defender. Number one, you want a shortstop that's going to make that routine play 10 out of 10 times. He does that.
Popped up, foul territory, Napoli over with room, and makes the catch. 1 out. Let's check our United States Marines leaders of the game. Adam Kennedy, he has the Marine Corps haircut going on, and AK, he was a star for the Angels, a 3-home-run game and 1 playoff game. 1 of 5 players ever. Ruth, Robertson, Jackson, and Brett have all done it. And Adam Kennedy did it against the Minnesota Twins in the clinching game and won MVP. His dad, Tom, so excited. I always remember his dad's comment after he hit 2 home runs. Mike Scioscia had asked Adam Kennedy to sacrifice bunt, and Kennedy fouled it off. And his dad, Tom, said, oh, man, he didn't do the job. And then Tom realized, hey, he's got a chance to do it again. And then he hit a home run, his 3rd of the ball game.
That was a game for the memories books. Kennedy, he's just closing in on his 10th year. He'll get that magical date sometime in September, he told me.
Fastball misses upstairs 1 and 2. And the interesting thing about that 2002 season, we're not talking about a power guy. He only hit 7 home runs that year.
Yeah, but his consistent play and his toughness on defense, is really one of his proudest marks. Is when he was a second baseman for the Angels, he was tough as nails. Guys would come in on him, and you'd think he's hurt. He'd get up, walk away, never complain. He's a tape and aspirin on it kind of guy.
You know what my favorite Adam Kennedy moment was about his unselfishness? When you and I were hosting that World Championship ceremony in front of the stadium, and everybody was talking about their great moments, and Adam Kennedy goes, I would like to honor a guy up here who's my dear friend, and that's Benji Gill. And it was the guy who was competing for at second base. Benji Gill got a lot of at-bats against left-handed pitchers. Adam Kennedy faced the right-handers, and I thought, what an unselfish moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's, when you have good parents like Tom and Sue raise you the right way, and then he goes up and he's able to establish himself like he has. They're really proud.
One out, one on for Rajay Davis. Popped up his first time up. Tough guy to double up, and Weaver doesn't give up a lot of ground ball outs. He usually gets them on strikeouts or pop-ups. Figgins is in at third base. Kennedy, a good base runner, stolen 17 bags this year.
It's important that Weaver tries to keep that pitch count down. That's 50 now, and especially with last night's starter Trevor Bell not going very deep, Scioscia had to use his bullpen. 3 relievers, they all did a good job.
Athletics have been running more. They have 98 stolen bases, their most since 1998 when they stole 131 bags.
Kennedy, he hadn't been just staying put at first. He's got 17 bags he's ripped off.
Davis takes a strike. He does not look comfortable out there.
Weaver wants to pitch him up in the zone and have him pop the ball up. He's not a real power guy, so he didn't want him to hit the ball on the ground and find a hole. Try to come upstairs with a 4-seam fastball. Or he could try to break one in the dirt.
Kennedy goes, pitches taken, throw by Napoli, not in time. Adam almost came off the bag. He slid so hard past it, but kept his left foot on the bag and has his 18th steal this year.
It's a good jump. Like I mentioned earlier, Weaver has given up now 15 stolen bases. Doesn't worry about the runners too much. It takes a little bit more time as he picks up his leg and pushes it home. But Scioscia and Butcher, they're not concerned about the steals against Weaver.
Two balls, two strikes. Weaver lost on Monday to start this homestand to Detroit 10-7. Gave up 5 runs in 5 1/3, but really didn't pitch that badly. He's facing Justin Verlander and was only down 1-0 until the 5th inning. Then gave up a 2-run home run to Miguel Cabrera, who hits him off everybody. And then 2 of the first 3 reached when he kind of ran out of gas in the 6th inning. Pulled for Darren Oliver, and the bullpen would give up some runs that were charged to Jared. The 3-2 popped him up. Morales coming in there to make the catch for out number 2.
Hey, there's a changeup, and he throws more changeups to lefties, but there's occasional times he'll throw them to righties, and there was one there, had him out front.
4 pop-ups already from Jared Weaver's pitching. Angels will stay with this rotation with Weaver tonight, and then John Lackey going tomorrow, and then there's some who thought Kazmir's spot was on Monday, but no, Mike Scioscia will push him back, the newest member of the rotation, and they'll go with Saunders, then Santana on Monday and Tuesday, and Scott Kazmir will make his Angels debut in a Wednesday afternoon classic in Seattle against Felix Hernandez. Ball 1. Suzuki doubled to right field his first time up. Line drive that shot past Bobby Abreu, who was chasing it near the corner.
But Suzuki, not only is he an excellent receiver in just his second full season, he leads the league. I mentioned earlier in fielding percentage. He's number 1. He's only aired 3 times back there, but his offense has been really respectful. I mean, 62 ribbies, 11 homers. He's batting in the 3rd spot, hitting .277. Those are respectable numbers.
Suzuki hits it foul.
He's confident that this kid, he's going to be an all-star one of these days. He's going to have a great career if he continues to stay healthy, and he's blessed with the health. He's smart, and he's a good player. He plays hard, and he's very friendly. He gets along good with his teammates.
You see those puka shells around his neck. That's from his Hawaiian heritage. It's from the island of Hawaii. Turned down a full ride from Hawaii to walk on at Cal State Fullerton. And there's a breaking ball that rests on the outside corner.
Well, there's Coach Dave Serrano, Cal State Fullerton. Happy to be here. Of course, John Wilhite, he came out to support John and watch him throw that opening pitch. And also says, I want to see Kurt Clutch. So Dave's there, but he's missing Zach and Parker. His two boys there at home watching this one said, hey, give him a little shout out, Hud. Zach and Parker, way to go. Weaver buzzed him a little bit there. 3-2 count. Who knows what he'll throw? He throws that curveball later in the game. 3-2. He'll throw the changeup. 3-2. He's got a couple of options, but when he needs to throw a strike, it's not always a fastball like the hitter's thinking.
Right down Broadway, but foul. So he came with the fastball, took a little bit something off of it. And Suzuki's staying on that inside pitch. Kennedy in scoring position, singled with one man out, stole second base. Davis then popped up. A 3-2 count.
Okay, a lot of hitters, they use a device called a thumb guard, and that keeps the friction from messing with their thumbs on their top hand. You see Kurt has one on there. It's a little cushion, and excuse me, it's got a, see how he places that bat right on the into that right there, and so whenever he swings and there causes frictions, it keeps the wear and tear off of his thumb.
3-2 outside. He walked him. That was the 8th pitch to Kurt Suzuki, and once again Jared Weaver piling up a lot of pitches early in this game. He's already thrown 63 and not yet through 3 innings. And Mike Butcher going out to visit with him on his duel with Jack Cust. Cust is the one player in this lineup who does have tremendous power. While we have the time, fans, the Angels are helping you wind down your summer with an exciting ticket offer for tomorrow's game. Still available for this game. Fans can purchase view level seats for just $5. That's right, $5. And right field pavilion seats as low as $10 when using the password SUMMER at angelsbaseball.com or the Angels Stadium ticket window. Weaver needs a chip witch. That makes everybody smile.
And I want one. Way to go. See, now Weaver wasn't real comfortable pitching to Suzuki because he's a contact hitter. So he kind of pitched around him on that last pitch of breaking ball. And he feels a little bit more comfortable pitching to Cust, but Cust is a home run guy. Got to be careful a little bit with him.
Starts him with a high curveball, and that is strike one. He struck him out on a wicked changeup to end the first inning with Suzuki at second base. Leads Oakland in home runs for the 3rd straight year. He belted 33 last year, but he also struck out, as we showed you, 197 times.
Now, Napoli setting up inside. That ball drifted back over the plate, so that's the last 2 pitches were up in the zone. Hanging curve. And then there was one that was belt high in the middle of the plate, not where Napoli wanted it.
Good pitch fouled off, 1-2.
That was a good spot. Kept it down.
Weaver felt like he went through that dead arm stage in July. He had 3 miserable starts where he gave up 13 runs in 15 2/3 innings. Just felt like he had an inconsistent arm slot. His command, his velocity was off, then bounced back, started pitching well in August. But he's been throwing a lot of pitches early in a game recently. The 1-2 is swung on, hit in the air, left side. Gary Matthews Jr. under it for the catch. So Weaver wiggling out of jams in the first 3 innings, but throwing a ton of pitches early. Angels have one hit. That was a double by Meiser Turris in the second inning. And we have a good crowd on hand, better than 40,000 at the Big A on a beautiful Saturday evening. It's cooled off a little bit after it reached 100 throughout the Southern California area today. Fire department, I understand, doing a brilliant job in solving those fires up north.
Oh, man, they're all over, and the winds haven't even started. It's really not even fire season yet, but it's going to be a tough one. We appreciate what they do for all of us here.
I understand there were 2,700 firefighters out there fighting that fire up near La Cañada.
Man, if you're a firefighter, this is where you want to be. A lot of action.
Ben Mazzaro back on the hill. He had 4 straight quality starts to open his big league career. None since. 12 straight that have been bad ones. First pitch by Mazzaro to Gary Matthews Jr. Misses outside. Ball 1. Gary Goodyear, 3 home runs, 40 RBIs. He had a lot of starts when Torrey Hunter was down on the disabled list because of the right adductor strain. Matthews played a solid center field and got a lot of clutch hits. It seems like when he'd get a base hit, somebody was in scoring position.
He's hitting .333 with runners out there, scoring position. But they haven't been able to get on track yet. Just one hit off of Mazzaro. We've been seeing this a lot from the offense, and they go back to the dugout. They talk a little bit about it, but really 85% fastballs is what he's throwing. Ricky Hatcher has learned to be patient, along with his offense. They're second in the league in on-base percentage. No longer. Talking to Brett Tomko again today, I said, Brett, what do you think about the Angels offense? He says, it's just like they're patient now, like the Yankees and like the Red Sox and these other power teams that are patient. The Angels now are just like them. They got power too. They're dangerous, he said.
Matthews takes a called strike 3, and he is the second strikeout victim, both looking by Ben Mazzaro.
Firm fastball down in the zone, being aggressive. Outside corner at 92. Good rhythm. He's got a nice stroke to his arm swing. Looks good.
He, like so many of the young athletic pitchers, nearing that 150 inning mark. He's about 143 coming into this game.
You got hitman Howie Kendrick batting in your 9th spot. You're doing pretty good.
Whoa, watch out, everybody.
Oh, man, I don't know. That went up there. I hope no one caught that. On the noggin. I think everybody seems to be okay. Howie says, you know what? I am not even going to retrieve that bat. I'm going to let somebody have it.
How does that happen, Rex?
Sometimes when you're fooled, that last pitch was a fastball. Sometimes you're fooled and you just kind of loosen your grip a little bit, and then on the follow through, the bat head is heavy. It swings it and it just takes off. Off-speed pitches, sometimes, just a freak pitch. You let the bat go. Dave Winfield used to do that all the time. He'd get fooled on a pitch and he'd let his hands go on a breaking ball, and the bat would take off out of it.
Kendrick fighting off a couple of good pitches with an 0-2 count. He stays in battles there. Mazzaro does have a good power slider. A little late break. And that has been a troublesome pitch for the Angels' young second baseman.
When you come to a big league ball game and you have seats down on the field level, you always got to be alive and watch the action and watch for your neighbor or whatever and yell a heads up or something. But, bats and balls do go flying in the stands. Important to watch it.
There's that slider that misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's why when I hear people yell heads up, it's really heads down.
Yeah.
Heads down below that seat in front of you. And that ball is roped to left center field. A base hit for Howie. How about that? Good 2-strike approach. He fouled off a couple of tough pitches.
Good breaking ball hitter. He doesn't overstride. Kind of picks up that foot and sets it down, and then just a short, quick stroke. He hits it off the end of his bat, so he didn't get the barrel on it. If he barrels it, it's going to be in the gap. He'll get over there. Let's see if he feels like running. He's got 9 stolen bases.
Sean Figgins. Mazzaro on the mound. He was the A's 3rd round pick in 2005 out of Rutherford, New Jersey High School. A ground ball base hit through the hole. Kendrick's going to turn second, and he's going to go to third, even though Sweeney's got a great arm, and Kendrick is safe at third.
Yeah, that's what Mike Scioscia likes to call roll the hole. Figgy rolled the hole right there and got the runner over to third base. A trademark of the Angels team. Mike Scioscia's run and gun offense.
The Halo base runners have advanced from first base to third in a single 101 times now. That's most in the major leagues. So aggressive at putting the pressure on the defense.
That's right, causes mistakes. Sometimes that fielder, he'll throw that ball away. If he gets that ball in the bag, it's going to be a close one. But the Angels, they don't seem to care. They're very aggressive. Scioscia, their boss, field manager, he encourages it.
Bobby Abreu popped up to short his first time up. Some of the early Oakland pitchers were throwing him a lot of changeups early, and there's a soft one, low and in against Bobby Abreu. Bobby shaking his head like, well, I know they must have an idea of how to get me out. And Bobby, one of the most intelligent hitters we've been around, he'll adjust. Skies that one in the air. It should be deep enough for Kendrick. Hairston will make the catch. Here comes Howie. The throw is to second base, and Kendrick scores to give the Angels a 1-0 lead.
That'll work. Wasn't sure if it was going to be deep enough off the bat, but ball kind of carried out there a little bit. And Hairston, he did a great job of just getting it into the second base. Forget about that. You're not going to throw out Howie Kendrick. So, but Figgy was tagging at first base, and Figgy put the brakes on quickly. A good decision for Hairston.
And there's the result of going hard, first to third on a single. Fly ball gives the Angels a 1-0 lead.
A lot of ways to score when you get a guy at third with less than 2.
And then you still have speed at first base and a chance to get into scoring position with Sean Figgins, who has 39 stolen bases this year. That's the 3rd most in the American League, behind Jacoby Ellsbury's 55 and Carl Crawford's 54.
Yeah, that 32-game layoff didn't hurt Hunter at all. Maybe the timing in his home run swing, but not anything else. I remember when he first came back, he said he might mess with timing a little bit, and timing might be off. And I said, I don't really believe that. This guy, he's going to step right in there. And his first 2 games, he had like 6 hits. Finally got that power ball.
Remember that first game he played in? It was the 13-inning game that the Angels won 17-8, and he said, man, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, so, he's back in that number 3 spot. They're looking for some more pop.
He was working out with the trainers, T.J. Harrington and Adam Nevela, Rick Smith, and Ned Burgert, every single day, but he said it just isn't the same as the baseball shape. 13 innings your first game. Wow. And that was like a 4.5-hour game.
Any kind of layoff at all, even a 4-day layoff from the All-Star break can kind of get you out of whack. This is a timing game. Important that you're in there every day. That's why even golfing, that's a timing game there, but they're hitting balls at the range every day.
And that gets back to the screen. Figgins will reach second base on a wild pitch by Vin Mazzaro.
And it's Suzuki. He did everything to try to keep that ball from going back there. And he threw his leg out there and everything. And really, Mazzaro, he pulled this one big time.
He tried to go with the kick save.
Yeah, and there's his former coach back there, Serrano. Came right to him. Ball was by him before he could even do anything.
Hunter rips it to third. Kennedy, nice backhand play. Throws out Torrey for the final out, but the Angels score a run on Bobby Abreu's sacrifice fly. 1-0 Angels. 29 home runs. Who are the only 4 Cuban-born players to hit 30 or more home runs in a season? We will give you the answer later in the game.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That guy has been outstanding in his first full season. I don't think anybody expected 29 and 91, not yet in September.
Yeah, it's just an exciting year for young Morales and company. They're all feeding off each other, though.
I remember talking to Preston Gomez, who's from Cuba and passed away this past January, and he was telling me about Kenry Morales and the fans of Cuban baseball, who were absolutely shocked that he was not already a star. But a lot of people don't realize that Kenry missed a full year and a half of baseball when he was defecting from Cuba. In 2003, he was the star for the Industriales. Batted cleanup for the Cubans in the World Cup, and his grand slam helped Cuba beat Taiwan 6-3 in the final. And you know how much he made a month doing all that? $9 a month. Ooh, he likes his per diem. His per diem, daily per diem, was way more than that in the big leagues.
I know, no wonder they try to come over to this country and play and show their skills. The greatest players in the world play here. No matter where you're from, you're welcome if you have the skills.
And there is a left-handed pitcher that Kenry was telling me about, 6'7", 6'8" tall, who defected in the Netherlands, and he said he's a lefty that throws 100 miles an hour. And I said, I understand the Angels are interested, and Kenry just smiled. Angels just got a left-hander in Scott Kazmir. There was a fly ball struck pretty well, deep left field. Matthews back at the wall. He's there to make the catch.
Hairston gave it a ride. Hanging breaking ball. Weaver kept it in the park. Junior going back. Takes a look down, see where the wall is, so he knows. Stayed in. Howard Exmos will show you one more look. Howard does a great job helping us out with the Exmo super slow motion.
Ryan Sweeney gets strike one. Oakland has been very patient, noticing that they've gotten Weaver's pitch count up to 72. Look how Mike Napoli is stationing himself. We haven't seen him go to one knee that often, but Mike Scioscia is talking about he got out of some of his fundamentals and really giving a exaggerated low target. Now gives a high target as he had Sweeney down a ball and 2 strikes now.
Sweeney tried to stay with that one. As a changeup that just missed off the outside part of the plate. Having a good series.
Sweeney hitting .338 the last month. Missed his pitch, popped it up. Is Turris out to make the catch? 2 gone in the 4th inning.
Okay, and Turris went back on that ball all the way like he had it. Matthews is coming in. So in your back of your mind, if you're a shortstop, you're waiting for the call. It's your ball all the way until you hear the outfielder. If you don't hear him, it's yours. You take it. Junior didn't say a word. So you're listening for the outfielder, though. Because it's a lot easier making that play coming in than going back.
The batter is Mark Ellis. Singled to right field his first time up. Takes high ball 1. Angels starting pitchers have gone 28 innings on this homestand. They have only 2 1-2-3 innings. If Jared Weaver is able to get Mark Ellis right here, it will be the 3rd 1-2-3 inning on this homestand. Good 1-2 count.
Good breaking ball out of the zone.
It's a final in Minnesota. Texas beat the Minnesota Twins 3-0. Scott Feldman got the victory in that one. Tall right-hander from the Bay Area, continues to pitch well.
He might be their MVP this year.
I'll say. That's a good point. Hey, that was his 14th win. just barely low. 2-2.
That call could have went either way.
Feldman was a relief pitcher throughout his minor league career. I think like 2% of his games were as a starting pitcher in the minor leagues, and the other 98% were as a reliever. And it was your old friend who made him the starting pitcher. New York Yankees bullpen coach, who became the pitching coach last year before Mike Maddox, and he's the one who took the chance. Escapes me now. 3-2. They gave Feldman a chance, and he survived last year and really made a name for himself this year. He'll be rewarded with a good contract in the offseason. The 3-2 pitch popped him up left side. Sean Figgins. And an Angels starting pitcher has their third 1-2-3 inning on this homestand. Shutout for him. In a season, Tony Oliva, my hero, had 32. His number 6 I wore as a little leaguer. Rafael Palmeiro with 47. Jose Canseco right up there as well.
All right.
Palmeiro and Canseco born in Cuba, really raised in the States. Morales raised in Cuba.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of a trick question. I couldn't get a lot of those guys because I wasn't really sure.
Well, I know Tony O was one of them. I had a Tony Oliva glove growing up. I wore his number 6. What a great player for the Minnesota Twins.
Yep. Great gentleman. Vladdy looking to launch one.
Foul back. 1-2. There's a guy, a star in the Dominican Republic, and now a star in the big leagues, both in Canada when he played for the Expos, and certainly with these Angels, winning an MVP his first year here in 2004. Flips that one foul as he chased one that was in the dirt. Angels right now with a 4.5 game lead over Texas. Let's take a look at that last pitch again. Let's see, how do you make contact?
You know, you just pull out your wedge or your 9-iron. It's been a joy to watch this guy. He is a phenomenal talent.
And Mazzaro blows him away with a fastball. Well, what do you say we listen to the song they play for Kendry Morales?
Number 19, first baseman Kendry Morales.
It goes permiso que llego Bam Bam. That means excuse me, Bam Bam is here, and that is his nickname, and that's from the Cuban popular group, worldwide known.
Bam Bam. That's only appropriate. Bam Bam is here.
When he hits the ball, it goes Bam Bam.
He has arrived. What a good walk-up song.
He had 4 extra base hits in one game, becoming the 8th member of that group to do it. Last was Juan Rivera.
Mazaro doing a nice job. Just 3 hits for the Angels, 3 for Oakland. But he's young, so the younger guys get a little bit more credit, especially against this team that's number 1 in offense and runs scored in the AL.
The major league record for most extra base hits in one game is 5, done by many. The last, Steve Garvey, was one of the last to do it. Angels have a 1-0 lead on a sacrifice fly by Bobby Abreu that scored Howie Kendrick in the 3rd inning. Fouled it back, and Mazaro got it in his hands.
Okay, that's the aggressiveness that Suzuki wants to see from Mazaro. Coming in hard on a power guy. That's a good spot. He didn't miss with it. Morales took a hack. But he's very patient. He doesn't overstride, and he keeps his hands back. And he's strong.
And then he lines it beautifully into left field for a base hit.
Got a better chance when your bat's level. Young players out there, watch Morales. He got a nice level swing. His bat hit comes right through and just is level and sweet. On the outside part of the plate, you try to pull it, you pop it up, you wait on it, keep the swing level, and throw the hands. Bam, bam.
Excuse me. Meiser Izturis roped a double his first time up. It went as a ground rule double. He hit it so sharply and so far that it hit the warning track down that right field line and immediately skipped over the wall.
All right, now, Artie Moreno, when they acquired Teixeira, he said, okay, guys, this is all good and everything. We're taking a gamble, hoping we'll keep him in the offseason. But what happens if he leaves? And bam, bam is what happens. There he is. Great decision on Scioscia's part. Mike says, hey, look, Artie, appreciate the opportunity to get Teixeira. We're going to try to ride him all the way. Hopefully he'll help us win a World Series title. It didn't work. And so they said, but if it doesn't, Morales is ready to go. This kid, he batted cleanup at 18 years old for the Cuban national team. He can handle this.
Meiser has a 2-2 count. Mazaro has been really tough in his first 4 innings. Has allowed the Angels just 1 run. That came in the 3rd. We're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Mazzaro's next pitch will be number 69 for him this evening. Hit well down the right field line into the corner. See ya! A home run for mighty Meiser Izturis.
He leaned on it. That's why he's mighty. Oh my! He hit one in his first at bat. He hit a nice double, same area. It bounced on the warning track and hopped over, but this time he was able to keep it up and give the Angels a nice little cushion now for Weaver. 2-run shot. Wondering who was going to be the first Halo to homer tonight. Nobody probably would have chosen Meiser, who hits a career-high 8th home run. That's level swing, same exact location of the last hit that he had. So when a hitter sees that ball in his spot, he knows exactly what to do. It's muscle memory. Throw the hands, level swing, catch the back underside. 8th home run by by Izturis. 54th ribby.
3-0 Angels.
That's why Scioscia's not afraid to bat him 3rd.
The only spot in the order that Izturis has not hit in is 4 and 5. Mike Scioscia has that much confidence in Meiser Izturis, and he is always very clutch. There's a shot to left field, and coming on is Scott Hairston for the catch, and out number 2. There's number 13. Venezuelan shortstops proud of that number. They started Luis Aparicio and Davey Concepcion. Both number 13s from the past from Venezuela. Gary Matthews Jr. struck out looking his first time up. Gary turned 35 on Tuesday, and he swings and sends it foul out of play left side. The bulk of those starts in center field were when Torrey Hunter was on the disabled list much of July.
It was Mazzaro's 8th home run he'd given up to a left-hander this season.
Reyes Torres has had 2 shots down that right field line, one for a double, one for a home run.
Identical mistakes. And that was the strikeout on Figgy there. Called ball to Matthews. Very first inning. Sean Figgins got called out on a pitch right there.
He gets Matthews to chase, and Gary swings and misses. Will reach first base on a strikeout and wild pitch.
Tough ball for Suzuki to try to handle. That'll be a wild pitch. Mazzaro's 4th, actually 5th. We had one earlier tonight. Over rotated, pretty good spot now. Suzuki wanted to try to catch it, but when it's got that kind of spin on it, it hits a toe hole, a dirt cloud, something that's kicked up there by the batters, and just took off on it.
And this is not a team you want to give an extra out to. The Angels are first in batting, first in runs, first in hits, and they've got a man on, and they have already gone deep in the inning off Mazzaro. He's thrown 76 pitches and now facing Howie Kendrick, who lined a single to left center field his first time up. Strike one.
Howie's got some pop too. He's got 7 homers this year. But as beautiful as the Southern California sky is tonight, this sunset, this is the dangerous part of the night for fielders. You can lose a ball up there easily in the twilight. Ball becomes the same color as the sky, and you see fielders put their hands out going, I don't see it, I don't see it. Howie likes to go opposite field, inside out. He will pull him if he has to. But he's a very dangerous opposite field hitter. We've seen him shoot homers opposite field. He's plenty strong.
He hit one to right center over the Angels World Championship banner, about a 420-foot shot in the last homestand. He has 3 of the longest home runs of the year for the Angels. Blasted one to center field. He hit one into the upper deck in Seattle down the left field side earlier this year. You saw him muscle one over the wall in right center, and it's that high wall in right center here at the Big A. Batting 9th. That's the base hit, the opposite field style you talk about, Hud. And Matthews had to hold up a bit to make sure he was able to escape, so he does not go first to third in the single by Kendrick, but the inning continues, and they're loading up the pitches on Vin Mazzaro after he got the third out by striking out Matthews, but Gary reached on the wild pitch.
Well, Matthews, he had to wait until that ball got by him. He didn't want the ball to hit him, so he had to wait, or else he would have went to third.
We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Angels scoring a run in the 3rd on a sacrifice fly by Bobby Abreu, and 2 so far in the 4th, and a 2-run home run by Meiser Izturis. Sean Figgins 1 for 2 in the game, singled his last time up, leads the club in base hits with 151. Ball 1.
But how about as a run producer? 361 batting average, 4th in the AL. That's not too shabby with runners in scoring position. Figgy's all-around game, mentioned it earlier, just getting Figgy with it.
The Angels have 3 of the top 7 hitters with men in scoring position this year. Jason Bartlett of Tampa Bay leads everybody at 413. Bobby Abreu is second at 381, but the Angels also have the 4 guy you talked about, Sean Figgins, and Kendry Morales is 7th at 333. Others have very good numbers, may not have as many at bats.
Well, one of the things that Mickey Hatcher likes about his offense, one of the many things, is the fact that they compete in every at bat. They don't give any away. You don't see this Angels team first ball swinging as much anymore. You used to. But since this spring training, so should put the law down. Fellas, time that we start taxing the starting pitching. Okay? Other teams do that against us. Let's see if we can do that in our game. Let's bring it on. 31st pitch coming in this inning from Azaro. Figgy wants to keep it rolling.
He takes ball 4, and that loads the bases for Bobby Abreu. So the Angels will send 8 men to the plate in the 4th inning as they're really overworking the 22-year-old right-hander from Hackensack, New Jersey.
All right, Morales. He scored on Sturris's homer, 8th one of the year. And the Angels come up with the bases loaded now and are still the only team in Major League Baseball that has not hit a grand slam. So the 3-0 lead is nice for Weaver. 4 more would be grand.
Bobby Abreu drove in the Angels' first run. It was number 86 this year. So it would round him off to a perfect 90 if he takes him out. Ball 1. Speed on. Matthews at third. Kendrick second. Higgins first. Angels trying to knock out the A's early in the 4th inning. They've scored 2 so far in the spring. 2 outs. Bobby takes a strike. It's 1-1. Right-hander Jeff Gray is warming in the Athletics bullpen. Top, though, gave him 5 2/3 last night. Another strike, and it's a 1-2 count, and Bobby did not like the call as he backs out of the box.
Perfectly located. Azaro knows with 2 outs here, he just needs 1 more out to get out of it. They might let him stay in the game a little bit longer.
Bobby pops it up. Shallow left. Hairston on there to make the catch, ending the inning. The Angels leave the bases loaded, but Mighty Meiser goes deep, giving the Angels a 3-0 lead as we head to the 5th inning at Angel Stadium. The Athletics, let's check the buy.com standings. The Angels right now with a 4.5 game lead on Texas because the Rangers won tonight 3-0 over Minnesota. Jared Weaver back to work trying to get some early countouts. He's retired 4 straight athletics since the walk of Kurt Suzuki in the 3rd inning. Retired the side in order in the 4th. And tries to get Barton to chase a changeup. It's 1-1.
Tell you, these umpires out here do a good job. They got to stay hydrated. It's hot out there, but right there is a guy, Andy Fletcher. He's a solid umpire, and he has big fans in Memphis, Tennessee. His mom and dad, R.J. Carroll, and he wanted to say, "Hey, Dad, hang in there, man. Put on a little bit more weight, eat right, get you sleep, and hope you feel better." Little shout out to you, Dad. We know you're watching. We appreciate it, and he does too.
Kendrick throws out Barton for the first out. And you spent some time in the umpires' locker room today, and they have a great cause that Ted Barrett was working with a lot of the
kids
in the community.
Kids that don't have homes.
And what's the program called?
It's Umps Care. Okay, Umps Care. www.umpscare.com. UMPSCARE. And they spend a lot of time going to hospitals, visiting kids. Today they were bringing kids into their locker room, meeting them outside, leaving kids tickets that don't have families, and also they're very instrumental in the Build-A-Bear programs they take to these kids. A lot of things that umpires and players do off the field don't get recognized that much. But folks, if you go onto their website, umpscare.com, you will see what the umpires do in their community, and they're very proud of it. That's what you do for others. That goes a long, long way.
Didn't you tell me that Ted Barrett just removed himself from the room while you were there, the first base umpire, to go get some kids to bring them into the umpire's room?
Where's Ted going? I wanted to talk to Ted. He go out, and then Tim McClellan, long time, 28-year umpire, says, "Hey, look, he's gone out to take care of the kids, Hud." I said, "Man, God bless him. That's beautiful. Way to go."
Strike across a 3-1 count to Cliff Pennington. To left field for Gary. Matthews there for out number 2. Hey, fans, prepare for a new look and style as the Angels are giving away another first-of-a-kind hat. This is really going to be a popular giveaway. On Tuesday, September 8th, all fans in attendance will receive a free Angels Argyle hat courtesy of Auto Club of Southern California. Great seats are still available for this game and can be purchased at angelsbaseball.com. I like it. That's really a sharp hat.
It's a little different. Look at that. Kids all over the ballpark here at the Big A. Dads enjoying it. Families are saying, all right, school's starting pretty soon. Got to get them out to see the Angels play.
First place Angels trying to wrap up another West title. Yeah. Mom's got the glove on.
But it is one of the best baseball venues in the world, no question. And overall in all sports.
When you consider 10 million fans watched Major League Baseball in Southern California last year. That's Dodger Stadium, Petco at San Diego, and Angel Stadium here. That tells you this is like a mecca of baseball.
It is, and that's just people who attend games. I mean, you know, there's millions more that watch it back out at home.
That ball is stroked solidly to right at Howie Kendrick, and a 1-2-3 pip for Jared Weaver. Good job.
Get him a lead. Watch him go.
J-Dub.
get off and you stop at the Caribbean islands, and there's a lady or a gentleman making those hats for you right there. You can take one on the boat with you and bring it back. Pretty cool hat. That's handmade.
Not sure what they were looking for because the game is this way. This is the way where you do the heads-up routine.
Well, yeah, but
she was looking for her scorebook.
Well, you know, you're looking for. There's a tribute to Adenhart right there, and
second base, Hunter is out.
But he was probably looking for that Bobby Abreu pin that he got because he brought a bunch of used baseball items for the little leagues around the area. That's probably what he was looking for. Nice little pin, a 2000 hit pin that the Angels gave for the equipment drive today. It was a lot of fun out there seeing people bring stuff in, and the little leaguers, they appreciate it.
Vlad Guerrero takes one in the dirt. Vladdy has lined out and struck out. The Angels have 3 runs on 6 hits. No errors. They've left 5. The Athletics, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, 4 left. Broken bat blooper up the middle, and it's caught by Pennington. 2 outs.
All right, that's back-to-back broken bats. Zorro using that fastball inside and doing a good job. Got out of that last inning. Bases loaded jam, pop up Bobby Abreu, and so Bobby Guerin left him in. That's a tough play here. Jam shot. You want to get back on your heels a little bit, but if that ball pops out, see it hit right in the heel of his glove first, but his fingers kept it in there. If he drops that, I'm glad he's going to get on. Watch out for the head of that baby. It's a little sharp.
Morales up 1 for 2.
You know, fans, this guy's so humble. If you got to be around him at all, he's like Vladdy. He comes in with a smile every day. You know, and he did this the last several years when he wasn't playing every day. He's not just digging himself because he's having a good season. Very humble guy. But he loves the nickname Bam Bam. Okay, that's his favorite group and his walk-up song and everything. Fans, make some posters for him. Really make him feel good. Write some Bam Bam posters. Bam Bam Morales, we love you. You know, it's going to make him feel welcomed on this ball club, and we'll see that smile just continue to go, especially when we tell him, did you see all those signs out there for you? And he'll just glide up like a Christmas tree. Very fresh.
Line drive, left field, his second hit of the game. Both have been to left field. With a Cuban group goes Bam Bam. So Bam Bam is here. It's B-A-N, but he likes the nickname Bam Bam.
Well, that's how you say it in Spanish. Now look at that little stride out there, off the end of the bat. Again, that's a second opposite field hit, and he's not afraid to use the whole field, and that's why he's hitting for a good average this year as well. We know the pops there, the extra bases, all that stuff has been great. The only thing missing, watch him, see how he's looking around. If we have some fans make some signs for him, he'll see those, and that'll make him feel even better. Way to go, fans. Way to pick up your halos.
Well, he's a guy who worked out for a lot of clubs, including the Yankees, Seattle, Florida, and the Angels. But the Angels made him feel different, he said. He said, spent some time with Eddie Bain, the Angels' great scouting director, and he called it quality time.
Hey, Eddie
fell in love with the program.
Eddie Bain, I saw him today at the blood drive. Eddie was laid out on a table, and he's giving his blood, and it was a beautiful thing. And I said, hey, Eddie, how you doing over there? We're both laying across from each other. I said, hey, what's been going on? He goes, Hud, check out our kid, our latest draft pick this year. Who's the speedy outfielder?
Michael Trout or Randall Grichuk.
Michael
Both are
Trout.
having.
Michael Trout, he says he's killing it. He's leading the league. He's hitting about 380. So this year's #1 picks, Eddie Bain's really proud of, as he's in charge of the scouting directors and the scouting department of the Angels. We're really excited about what's coming.
Yeah, Grichuk and Trout are both over 300 down at Tempe.
And the Red Cross was overwhelmed with the people today.
Can you believe the turnout we had today?
It was fantastic, folks. Way to give life by giving blood to other people. I kept asking the Red Cross people, is this a good turnout?
They gave me a red bandage.
You still have it on?
Yeah, they said 5 hours.
Take it off. Let's go.
I'm just doing what I'm told. Fly ball left field. Meiser is out for the first time. We head to the 6th inning. It's the Angels 3, the Athletics nothing. Give blood, fans.
Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Brewers Light. And did you get a chance to read newest Angel Scott Kazmir's comments? He says, man, I got a chance to come to a team that's in postseason almost every year. That ball's hit well.
And that ball is off the wall. Really well struck by Rajai Davis to open the 6th inning against Jared Weaver.
So Kazmir goes, you know, I'm joining a team that's got a chance to go into postseason every single year. I love that. But he also said, how could you not enjoy 40,000 fans dressed in red cheering for you every night? And, you know, he's coming from Tampa where it's indoor arena and they're not averaging a whole lot of people there. And so the Angels not only benefit from getting the young 25-year-old, but gives the Angels fans another reason to cheer.
Scott Kazmir will be in uniform tomorrow, and he will start on Wednesday in Seattle. Great matchup with Kazmir against Felix Hernandez of Seattle. Mike Scioscia said he talked to Scott today, and Scott said he believes he went from a good situation to a good situation. Tampa Bay, a team that won the American League pennant last year. The Angels, every year, get to the postseason, and they won it all in 2002. Kurt Suzuki against Jared Weaver. These guys have been dueling for a long time.
Okay, now talk
Weaver
about
at Long Beach State and Kurt Suzuki at Cal State Fullerton.
Right, but they're facing each other now in the Premium League, and it's beautiful. Now Suzuki had a hard time getting a grip. He lost the grip on that. You know, you talked about Howie Kendrick flinging that bat in the stands earlier. Just, you know, a lot can happen when that bat's in your hands that you can't control. There's plenty of stickum, plenty of pine tar. And, you know, sometimes, even though you have all that stickum, guys even put it on their helmet so they don't have to go back to the on-deck circle to pick up, you know, that stuff where they get the stickum and the pine tar.
Davis, great speed, 28 steals. Weaver checks him and brings the pitch home, and Davis was really getting a great lead. As soon as Weaver turned his head and looked in, Arredondo's warming up. Arredondo pitched very well yesterday and got the win with 2 shutout innings. This could be the final inning for Jared Weaver. He's thrown 103 pitches and just starting the 6th inning.
Yep.
Arredondo did throw 34 pitches last night. In the air, right center field. Abreu is back. Davis is going to tag and go to third. 1 out.
The ball is carrying a lot more here in this hot weather than a typical cool Southern California evening around, you know, 70 degrees, but it's probably still up around 80 now. And when it's a little bit warmer here, that marine layer is not going to set in like it does when it's cooler. So there's a little more carry on the ball. And if you want to see carry, come out to tomorrow's ball game, day game, and you'll see the ball fly out of this yard. And I don't want to talk about that right now with this guy up, because he could, with one swing, get them right back in the game.
Weaver's got him twice, striking him out in the first, getting him to fly out in the third. Takes ball 1.
Now that's a good pitch, a good changeup on the inside part of the plate. Weaver was a little bummed he didn't get it. Yeah, he just said, where was that? He's done a good job of controlling his emotions. That's been the best thing about him this season, if you ask me. Weaver's a little volatile. So is his brother Jeff. We all know that. These guys are very good competitors. But when you contain your emotions like that, you're not tipping anything to the opponents, the batters that are watching, thinking they got you. Because this game is all mental. And if they see some mental weakness out there, they seem to feed on it.
Jared's brother Jeff got the win today for the Dodgers in an 11-3 win over Cincinnati.
Both Weaver brothers torn the slab the same day. We saw a matchup earlier this year in interleague against each other.
It was the 99th career win for Jeff, and he got it in relief. Tomorrow, the Angels' John Lackey will get the start, and he is going for win number 100. It would be great to see John get it in this ballpark in front of the home fans. Tough, dangerous hitter, a veteran, now 30 years of age, from Flemington, New Jersey. 3-1. He's got a great eye. Cust has walked 75 times this year. He has struck out 144, but you don't want to make a mistake. He crushes mistakes.
He leads the AL in walks from the All-Star break on with 34.
Hairston waiting his turn on deck. Right-handed batter. Strike in there, 3-2. This was the time of the ball game where Weaver struggled after throwing a lot of pitches against Detroit in the first 5 innings. And then he was worn down in the 6th. Wound up giving up 5 runs in 5 1/3, but was only down 1-0 until the 5th. Barely misses. Ball 4, so Cust works the walk. Runners on first and second, just 1 out. We're in the 6th inning.
So Weaver's looking around to his defense, looking at his Sturis and Howie Kendrick, saying, okay, on a comebacker, who am I working with? Butcher watching. Fantastic job Mike Butcher's done this season. Now the pitching has been, all out of whack. Something not typical for a Scioscia team. But sometimes when your department's going bad, it gives you a chance to really shine. And Butcher has done that. Teaching some of these young relievers new pitches, keeping a steady positive flow going, gets guys in the video room, sets them down, says, hey, look, I found something here. And especially with the acquisition of Kazmir, that was one of Butchie's projects in 06 when Kazmir joined the Tampa Bay Rays. So I'm sure Butchie had a lot of input on that trade, getting him. And we had Tony Regans in the booth last night. He talked about Butchie and how they've had their eye on Kazmir for the last 2 or 3 years.
Breaking ball misses low to Scott Hairston. As a matter of fact, Mike Scioscia told us before the game that Mike Butcher was very important in their making the decision because he knew Scott's work habits. And Mike Scioscia said Mike Butcher watched the last 2 games. Broke them down totally. Watch that videotape. Strike in there.
All right, get out there and get ahead. This kid's got some pop. And I couldn't help it. I had to go down and talk to him. I wanted to talk about his family and all the big leaguers that have been in the family. Jerry Jr., of course, his brother. He's over in Cincinnati now, having a good year. But his dad, Jerry Sr., he got 14 years in the big leagues. And his grandpa, we talked about him earlier in the game, being the first Afro-American player for the White Sox in '51. And so I said, hey, what's your Thanksgiving and your family dinners like? Do you sit around the table and say, Dad, man, I'm better than you? And he goes, and he holds the trump card because he's got 14 years in the show. And he says, unless you get 10 in, come talk to me. And the boys are trying to catch him. I said, now, do you play more like Jerry? Jerry was a speed guy, good defender, his dad. And he says, I got a little bit more pop than they have.
Hairston fouls it off, so Weaver now has an even count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Different personalities between him and his brother, though. He says, my brother Jerry Hairston, man, he's really a talker and loves it. I said, well, man, he might be a good broadcaster. He said, he'd like to go into that if he can get an opening when he's done playing. I said, what about you? He says, I can't do that. That's not my style. I'm not a man of many words. A very interesting job that I have to be able to go down there, Fizz, that we can go down and talk to these guys.
Hairston sends it up the middle, and Kendrick is able to pick it off on the line, and that's the 2nd out, and Davis unable to come home. So Weaver 2/3 of the way out of trouble in the 6th inning. He's thrown 115 pitches. The strike ball ratio is not that bad, but man, he's had a lot of 3-2 counts. He's had a lot of foul offs, and Mike Scioscia, he knows that he can only give Jared so much more rope.
Okay, you see what he's doing? He's moving his first baseman, Morales. As we see Arredondo. He's moving Morales over. He wants him off the bag. Gives him a little bit more room and a little bit better range over there at first.
Hot hitter up, Ryan Sweeney. Takes strike 1. Sweeney tonight has struck out and popped up. He came in hot with 3 hits in the opener, including a single, a triple, and a home run. And then yesterday went 2 for 4. He might be the toughest out in their lineup right now.
Hey, Weaver, I don't think will mind getting out of this inning and then leaving the game. It's awfully hot out there. They're making him work for it. But again, no runs given up so far. Cross your fingers.
Weaver down 1-2.
Weaver has 4 complete games this year. Unbelievable stat. He'd never had any until he came into this year, but he's dominating and he's finding himself in the #1 category. There's only 2 pitchers ahead of him with 5 complete games, and that's Zach Greinke of Kansas City and Roy Halladay of Toronto.
Mike Napoli knew that Jared needed a little more time to catch his breath. He's thrown 118 pitches. A lot today. He needs a quality pitch against a quality hitter in Ryan Sweeney, who came in red hot. The most pitches he's thrown this year is 118, ties the, 119. Did that against San Diego. On the ground, Morales has a great job by Jared Weaver. Excellent night, 6 shutout innings. He leaves with a 3-0 lead.
Nice directing of traffic by Scioscia. Had Morales.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Jared Weaver, what a night. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, threw a lot of pitches, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts, but threw 119 pitches. So his evening is done. So is Vin Mazzaro, who went 5 innings and now escapes, and Jeff Gray will get the call here in the 6th inning. He'll face Mike Napoli, Gary Matthews Jr., and Howie Kendrick. Gray goes 6'3", 190, 27 years old, out of Texas City, Texas. He was the A's 32nd round pick in 2004 out of Southwest Missouri State, but had a heck of a year at AAA Sacramento with a 1.54 ERA. Only 6 walks in 41 innings, so he's a strike thrower.
Good hard fastball. You see a lot of that. See that little running 2-seamer?
He hit 97 on that last heater.
Yep, curve and a slider.
One ball, 2 strikes. Mike Napoli has 17 home runs this year. That's the 3rd most among any Major League catcher. The Angels scored a run in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. Bobby Abreu drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in inning number 3 that plated Howie Kendrick. And then after a Kendry Morales single, Meiser Izturis roped a home run. I mean, a line shot down the right field line over the short wall. Mike Napoli takes a big rip and misses against Jeff Gray and strikes out.
Because, you know, one of the other reasons the Angel fans love coming here is because of the food they serve here. The food is off the charts. Look at this sushi tray I have here. They got sushi at the Diamond Club, up there at the Home Plate Club, and they also serve the booth. Love it. Fans, ask for the HUD roll. Little tuna, some little dried onion on top. Got a nice jalapeno roll here, man. Alan from Toro Sushi does a great job, and he feeds the fans here, and he takes care of the broadcasters too, man. Thanks a lot.
God bless him.
Oh.
Our director, Matt Lipp, is just on the intercom going, bring me some sushi.
Got him a little bit hungry too.
The HUD roll. He needs the HUD roll.
Oh, man.
How does the HUD roll not have cheese and crackers on it?
Well, it's because they want to leave those off. Because they save that for the airplane.
Well, we're going to have to call the cops on you.
Well, if you want to do that, it wouldn't be the first time.
Gary Matthews Jr. takes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. You're the best.
Come on,
You're
Junior.
an absolute treat to work with every single night.
Come on, Junior. Get them hands extended. Look for one of them fastballs about belt high. Heck, you know, he turned on a homer, pinch run off Jonathan Broxton, throwing about 98 miles an hour.
That.
So he don't have any problem
Hits
with
that one pretty well, left center field, and that's off to the races. It's up against the wall, and Matthews will have a double.
There you go. He was about due. Love our Exmo camera. We'll give you another side swing. It's on the third base side is our camera, so we're highlighting all these left-handed swings, and they're beautiful. When the ball struck well, you see a good balanced swing. You know, the hands come, but the hip turns a little bit before contact on the bat. Put it all together, got yourself a big league knock, Junior. Another double for Matthews.
Howie Kendrick 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles, 1 to left, 1 to right. The Angels sent Howie down in June to work on his stroke. Only spent 20 games down in the minor leagues to get his confidence back and his stroke back, and he has. He's hitting over 350 since returning with 25 runs and 26 RBIs. Almost hit him. Ray backs him off.
Well, he got a nice little running 2-seam fastball. Oakland's bullpen, they've got some pretty good arms out there.
They've got some power arms out there. Bailey can bring it. Wirtz can bring it.
Wirtz has got the nastiest slider in baseball for a reliever, I think.
We haven't seen all of the National League guys. There's a ground ball struck to short. Picking it off Pennington. His throw in time. Howie is out. Number 2. Angels trying to hold on to that 5-game lead in the American League West. We told you Texas won today. Scott Feldman with a 3-0 win over Minnesota. Seattle also victorious in the 4th. They're leading 4-2. So I can't say they're finished yet, but they lead 4-2 over Kansas City in the top of the 4th. One final is Boston 3, Toronto 2. The Yankees shut out the Chicago White Sox 10-0. Mitre pitched very well. Got the win over Contreras. And Alex Rodriguez hit his 23rd home run for New York. Figgins fouls off the first pitch he sees.
So when runners get on base in scoring position, I asked Sean Figgins, man, you're all of a sudden you're a run producer. Not only do you get on base and lead off and do a great job there, why? And he said, I'm more aggressive. I'm looking for a first pitch fastball to knock in them runs because they're trying to get ahead of me. So right there, he just missed that left field line on a first pitch swing.
He's been on twice with a single and a walk. Ray has only been with the club since August 9th, called up from the minor leagues.
Mickey Hatcher, he's like to give him credit because he sure gets a lot of criticism when the team's not going good. But when they're going like this, I was giving him a little bit of love the other day around the batting cage, and he goes, "Hey, Hud, no, it's the players who are getting this job done, not me."
Says nice strike. Wow.
He goes, I can look at my clock at about 2:30 in the afternoon when I get to the ballpark, and I know exactly who's coming in next. They all come in. I don't have to ask them or anything. They come in for their extra work. Even the guys who play every day. Ibar, Rivera getting a nice day off today. They all come in. They get their work. They're very professional, but they got a little something going here this year, and they're feeding off each other. And Mickey Hatcher, they know he doesn't want any love. He's going to get it. This team has never been second in the league in on-base percentage. Never been number one in runs scored or average.
Angels lead the majors with 727 runs. Ground ball struck to Adam Kennedy, drops the baseball, picks it up. They've got no chance to get Sean. So first and third, and you make a mistake on the Angels, and they'll drop a 7 on you. Oakland made 2 mistakes in the 7th inning last night, extending the inning, and the Angels scored 7 times.
All right. Adams coming in, hits the heel of his glove. See that, folks? Hits the heel first. You want to try to line it up to where it gets in the pocket. The heel's a dead spot in a lot of fielders' gloves. You don't want to catch it there. And he kind of rolled out and he couldn't get him. And by the time he catches it, he does get the handle. You're not going to throw it off. See that? Right there in the heel, rolls out the fingers. Didn't close it up in time.
So Bobby Abreu is up with runners on for the 3rd straight time. Knocked a sacrifice fly to score Howie Kendrick in the 3rd. Then popped up with the bases loaded in the 4th. Now he's up in the 6th with runners on 1st and 3rd and takes strike 1.
AK, Adam Kennedy, in 52 games coming into the series, he'd only aired 3 times at third base, which was a nice mark. And just now in the first 2 games, he's got 3 airs already over there.
Abreu. Pennington picks it off. His throw is just in time to get Bobby Abreu. So the Angels again threaten but do not score. Jared Weaver.
Nice job. Way to go, Weave. Good work tonight in that heat. Arredondo to the rescue.
Foul ball. We head to the 7th inning of play at the Big A. That is the top of the foul pole here at Angel Stadium. Halos with a 3-0 lead, scoring early in this game, 1 in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th. It's held up. Jared Weaver went 6 shutout innings. Now hands the baseball to Jose Arredondo, who's going back-to-back through 34 pitches last night and got the win in a 11-7 Angels come from behind victory.
He had nice movement on his pitches last night. Very good run to his sinker, had a little sinker down, split finger. He looked a lot better last night than we've seen him all year. So just letting him back in there.
He misses on the first 2 pitches to Mark Ellis. Fastball in there, 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels 2-3 on this homestand. They lost 2-0 in the opener. Won last night 11-7 with a 3-0 lead and a strike called, a high strike. Marcellus backs away as if to say he thought that was ball 3, instead a 2-2 count. Arredondo is a strikeout pitcher when he's got it going. We've seen him reach the mid-90s with an excellent split finger pitch. And he throws it there, but it backs towards Marcellus, and the count is full 3-2. You got the bottom of the order up now, and Ellis, Barton, and Pennington, a veteran, and 2 younger players. Went with the fastball. Base hit left field.
Arredondo, 25 years young. Threw, what did you say, 30-something pitches last night?
34.
Okay, how about Darren Oliver? He threw over 32, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, okay, well, there's a difference in age. Now, Ollie's not available tonight. He's 38 years old, and there's a difference in age there. He'll need a day or so to recover. He might be ready tomorrow, but he's going to stay away from him if possible. That's the difference in age. 25-year-old can, give Arredondo a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and let him go, man. That's what youth does. It's beautiful. Your muscles recover a lot quicker, and I think everybody knows that. It's got any kind of age.
That would include us.
Yeah, it's a bummer, man. Why can't we all stay young and competitive? But, there would never be any jobs available in the major leagues if everyone stayed young. Willie Mays would still be playing. Willie McCovey, shoot. Babe Ruth might even be in there.
He would have beaten out Derek Barton.
Yeah, how are you going to field a team?
In his 97th year in the big leagues.
That's crazy. But Arredondo looks good. And this is something that they really would like to continue to see. Such a big part of the Angels bullpen last year in his rookie season.
110 games, an ERA under 2. He was really outstanding. A 1.62 ERA in 52 games, and his 10 wins led all major league relievers. And he's been falling behind, so Mike Butcher will come out for a visit.
Yeah, the opponents only hit a $190 off of him last year in 55 innings. Excuse me, 61 innings.
Angels lead by 3 now, asking the bullpen to hold it so Jared Weaver can nail down his 14th win this year. That would be the most he's ever had in a season in his career. Barton has popped up, grounded out tonight. A swing and a miss on an Arredondo fastball, and he snapped that one right by him. The leaders in the American League East, the Yankees, pummeled the Chicago White Sox today 10-0. The Yankees already have 81 victories. Boston in second place. They won, beating Toronto 3-2. It's 3-2. So back-to-back hitters with a 3-2 count. I told you yesterday how much the bullpen has been needed to get the Angels out of jams this year, and last night was an indication of that, but they had to come on early because Trevor Bell only went 2 2/3 innings. He walked him. So a bad start for Arredondo with a single and a walk, and the Angels might have to get their bullpen busy. Butcher to the phone. And fans, Angels baseball wants to give you a chance to sit in the Chevy suite seats located on the field next to third base, and a chance to win the all-new Chevy Camaro. Text Camaro to 31826 or go to angelsbaseball.com/Camaro for details and official rules. Standard text rates apply. Chevy, the official ride of Angels baseball. And they're watching the game in the suite seats but texting each other. That should be illegal.
Well, down there, you better be watching the ball because that's a hot corner. But look at those seats. Those are beautiful. They're recliners. You wouldn't catch me looking down doing any texting sitting in those seats. You are right on the action.
Rafael Rodriguez will start to warm up. He's the guy who was not pitched once he was hitting the right hand by a line drive by a Detroit Tiger. Mike Scioscia said he's been getting daily therapy, but it wasn't bad enough to put him on the DL. Hit sharply into right field, a base hit by Pennington, so that will load the bases. And Oakland are really coming back on the Angels, down 3-0. They have the tying runs on.
Little by little, pecking away at Arredondo. That's what happens when the first guy gets a walk or knock and then a walk. You're looking for trouble.
This is why the starting pitchers have to go deeper into the game, because they have thrown so much recently. The bullpen overworked the bullpen. Over 60 innings in their last 15 games. Over 60 innings in the last 15 games. That's almost 4 per game. Adam Kennedy takes strike 1. Kennedy 1 for 3. He struck out, single, lined out. In there, 0-2.
Okay, Adam didn't like that, didn't say a word, but his body language speaks loudly. Didn't like it. Okay, now he's a dangerous hitter, one of the best on their team with runners in scoring position, 356 average. So he's down 0-2. Kennedy's going to kind of shorten up his swing a little bit.
Arredondo skips it in the dirt, goes back to the screen. This will score a run. Arredondo covers, but he is really struggling. And he was slow to get to the plate. And Mike Scioscia doesn't like this at all, because now the tying runs are both in scoring position. And this pitch made it 40 feet.
Wow, he missed badly with that. I mean, see, what happened was it hit the cut of the grass. Okay, so the ball stayed down. No telling what it's going to do. Napoli had no chance for that.
I don't know if they can go much longer with Arredondo.
Well, Scioscia's the boss, man. He's got a pretty good idea about what he wants.
Adam Kennedy swings and misses and strikes out. Adam still has fans here at the Big A. They remember his glory days. We miss the Kennedys. Terry and Adam.
Flags are at half-mast all week for the great senator, who was put to rest today. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for your contributions. And Scioscia says, Arredondo, you got to go.
California Ford dealers. See what's new at scforddealers.com. And by Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu, any time of day. Back at the Big A, great crowd on hand. The Angels still leading 3-1, but Oakland has runners on second and third with only one out, and they're bringing in Rafael Rodriguez, who was only called up last week, August 23rd, for his fourth stint with the Angels in 2009. His number's not good at the major league level, 6.57. They were terrific at AAA. He's in a situation where he has to think he's in AAA and he can execute the same pitches.
he has a chance to impress his manager right here by getting 2 outs and getting out of the inning.
Figgins takes care of it in foul territory. It was
Good
immediately ruled foul by the third base umpire.
How about
Andy Fletcher.
that? That was funny. Figgins caught it and slapped the helmet of the third base runner. Watch him knock his helmet off. Take that. Who is that over there? Is that Barton?
That's Derek Barton.
Slapped him on the head. That's a good practice, though.
Barton average speed at third base. Pennington excellent speed at second base.
They're laughing at that a little bit.
Rodriguez got strike one to Rajai Davis, who was 1 for 3 with a double.
Good off-speed pitch of work. Sliders down, a couple change-ups and sinking fastballs.
Up the middle. Into center field. This will tie the game. So Jared Weaver will not win his 14th, even though he had a terrific start with 6 shutout innings. But Arredondo came out of the bullpen and gives up 3, and Rodriguez gives up a single to Davis, and he likely will be off and running.
Oh man, that hurt. And I said sliders down could get the trick done, but the slider was left up just a little bit for Rajai Davis. That picked up a couple ribbies to tie this one up. Too bad for Weave, man. There it was, fastball, or excuse me, a little slider that stayed up, and the Sturris couldn't get to it.
Well, the Angels have put themselves in this situation because they have asked their bullpen to do so much. I don't think Mike Scioscia can get to September 1st quickly enough where the rosters will expand and it can add some arms that can help out. Kevin Jepson threw a lot of pitches yesterday. They may not ask Kevin to do that much tonight. He is available.
You know, these guys have a chance to impress their boss, but it's not impressing Weaver, even though Weaver's a great team guy. But just don't be surprised if Tony Regan's isn't finished. I mean, he might try to still go out there. He's got till the 31st.
It would be nice to get a veteran arm into that bullpen. Angels pitch out. Napoli throws behind, and they got him!
Oh, what a nice awareness of Napoli to see that Davis stopped. When Davis saw the pitch out, he stopped in his tracks. But Napoli was looking at Morales, and he threw a perfect ball and a nice tag by Kendry. Okay. Saw he stopped, and in one motion, Davis says, I don't want to run on that one. I'll be out. Watch the sweep tag. Nice. Good little sweep tag. Got him.
Suzuki pops it up to right field. One batter too late. Davis ties it up with a single to center field. We've gone from 3-0 to 3-3. Big 2 up for the Angels with Hunter, Guerrero, and 3-3 ball game. Athletics and the Angels. And fans, place your bid today on an Angels-themed basket or plate designed by Angels wives and girlfriends. Baskets contain autographed and game-used items signed by Angels players and much more. Honorary first pitch and play ball kit are also included. Log on to the auction section of angelsbaseball.com to bid now through September 7th. Proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. The new pitcher is Brad Ziegler. His ERA has gone up dramatically after his rough outing last night, and there's a smash to the shortstop, Pennington, who stays with it and then throws out Torrey Hunter.
A good stroke. Hit it hard. That's all you can do. Angels are looking for another hero tonight. After the bullpen kind of imploded a little bit on Weaver's shutout he had working. They'll turn the page and look for the W. That's all they care about. The Rangers winning today. They'd like to just keep it where it is in a 5-game lead. Nice, comfortable.
Here's one of the guys who got Ziegler last night. Vlad Guerrero dumped a single into right field off Brad Ziegler when he fisted the ball over the second baseman's head into right field, and Vladdy takes it up the middle, and Ziegler has it. And there's quickly 2 outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
That's a good play there. That ball is likely through the middle. I don't know if Ellis would have had a play on it, the second baseman. Good reaction.
Well, the other guy who got Mr. Ziegler is coming up now, and Kendry Morales. The Angels had cut it to 1, down 6-5, and Morales with 2 on got an off-speed pitch to his liking, and he adjusted and hit it out. And the Angels went from 1 down to 2 up.
Yeah, that was a changeup. Ziegler's got a little bit of a frisbee type curve slider, a sinking fastball, and a changeup he probably won't throw to Morales.
He's keeping it down to Kendry.
Well, if Kendry waits a click or 2 longer and gets a pitch up, he can go opposite field.
Kendry has 7 hits in his last 8 at bats. Swings and misses. Went 5 for 5 yesterday. Had 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Second base, Ellis takes it, and Ziegler tonight does a terrific job in the 7th inning. 3 up, 3 down. 8th we go. Angels 3-8-0 as we head to the 8th inning. The Angels at one time had a 3-0 lead, and then the bullpen imploded. Jose Arredondo gave up all 3 runs in the 7th inning. Rodriguez was able to get them out of a job, but not before Rajai Davis had tied it with a single up the middle. Here's Jack Cust. Big swing, fouled back, strike 1.
Cust, they've been getting first pitch fastballs by him, and he's been taking them. So he says, you know what, I'm going to come out aggressive this time. The Angels, with their shift over defense on him, play 3 men on the right side. It's the majority of the ground balls to that side. That's why they do that.
He is struck out, flied out, walked. Rodriguez gets a strike across, has a favorable 0-2 count. Cust, he came from a hitting family. His dad, Jack, runs the Jack Cust Baseball Academy. He started it because he had a talented son. Fouled off. Apparently the dad's office was above an abandoned beauty salon, and so he blanketed it over and turned it into a batting cage. And he had his son Jack work there. Then Jack brought the friends over, and all of a sudden it became a money-making venture. The Jack Cust Baseball Academy. His son is a graduate. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cust, Hairston, and Sweeney here in the 8th inning, facing Rafael Rodriguez, who used to give the Angels some quality innings. That's low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sometimes the younger players come up and they feel they've got to make a perfect pitch because the guy is a big leaguer.
Well, I think Rodriguez, he's had a little bit of time in, probably is a little bit past that stage, but still confidence is on the borderline for him.
So he's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Nothing wrong with that pitch location. Looked pretty good to me, but Gibson didn't give it to him. Very tight zone tonight. So if you don't, you got to throw a ball down the middle. You're on the corners, and now you're saying, well, that's where I want to put it, on the corners. Now you got to get a little bit finer and put it over the plate. That's what Cust is looking for right here, 3-2.
Barely missing inside. Wow.
You gotta be kidding me.
How do you take the last 2 pitches and a leadoff walk to Jack Cust here in the 8th inning?
Not much you can do.
They're going to have a pinch runner for him. Looks like Eric Patterson coming in to
That
pinch
ball
run at first base.
That ball crossed the plate somewhere.
But this is what Mike Scioscia talks about all the time. Get ahead, then finish guys off. Don't mess around. And they messed around a little bit and forced Gibson into making a decision whether he was right or wrong. There's a runner on first base in a 3-3 game to lead off the 8th inning. And here is Scott Hairston, who has grounded out, flied out, and lined out. Patterson with very good speed. Just called up after game 1 of this series that Oakland won 2-0.
Rodriguez used that sinker properly here. He might could get Harrison roll over on a double play ball. That's what they need. Scioscia had Jepson throwing a little bit in the pin in between innings, but then he sat down before Rodriguez came back out.
Finds the strike zone. 1-1.
You got to throw it right down the middle to get a call.
Hairston, the veteran from Tucson, Arizona, 29 years old. Rodriguez, the rookie, and now he'll step off with Patterson threatening to go. Morales holding at first base.
Being a rookie, you mentioned earlier, Fizz, if you're a pitcher, there's some nerves involved, and you're kind of getting used to pitching up here in the show, but you can't be starstruck.
Hit sharply into left field, so 2 on to start the 8th inning, much like the 7th inning started against the Angels bullpen.
Oh, just some bad luck there. He hit it on the ground but found the hole. He's going to have to pitch to contact. He's not going to strike too many guys out. And when you're not getting calls on the corners, you got to come down the middle of the plate. That's what happens. So therefore, you just try to keep it down low and hope he hits it at somebody.
Michael Wirtz will come on if the Athletics have the lead. And right now you have Ryan Sweeney at the plate, who's been one of their hottest hitters. 5 hits in the series, and he's showing sacrifice bunt. And the pitch is low for a ball. Bob Guerin sending the signs. The first 6 innings were outstanding for Halo fans, and 43,011 here tonight. But then Mike Scioscia going to his young bullpen. Arredondo suffered, gave up 3 runs in the 7th. Now Rodriguez struggling in the 8th. Sweeney again showing sacrifice, bunts it foul. It's a 1-1 count.
As good of a series as Sweeney's having, I wonder why he's bunting him here. He's got home run potential. He's got gapper potential. And with Ellis on deck, who's a pretty good contact hitter, Sweeney's a threat to leave the ballpark. But Guerin's trying to just play a little small ball here and work for 1 run. But he may have taken it off.
Ryan does get it down. Rodriguez will go to first base, record the out. The sacrifice executed. Now the go-ahead man is at third base, just 90 feet away, and Eric Patterson for second base is Scott Hairston. And Rodriguez needs a strikeout, and he will face a tough veteran out in Mark Ellis. Sweeney gets congratulations for a job well done. Last night the Angels came back on the Athletics. Tonight it's the A's coming back on the Angels.
So go ahead and intentionally pass him and load him up and hope like mad that Barton on deck hits into a double play. So she's playing the percentages now.
Even though he had a righty-righty matchup, he'll face a left-hander in Derek Barton. And he's hoping that Rodriguez can keep it down, and maybe one of those sinkers or sliders is pounded into the dirt, and he'll get a double play to get out of trouble. In the top of the 8th inning, 3-3 ball game. Angels scored 1 in the 3rd on a Bobby Abreu sacrifice fly. Meiseris Turris hit a 2-run home run in the 4th. But the Athletics came back with 3 in the 7th. No one up in the Angels' pen. But the Angels had opportunities, Rex. They had the bases loaded, and Bobby Abreu propped up to end the 4th inning. They had 2 runners on in the 6th inning. And Bobby then grounded out to short to end that frame.
Okay, sinkers down. That's what he's hoping for. Barton is just 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position in his young season.
Ground ball. Morales knocks it down, and they'll only get 1. But the go-ahead scores in Eric Patterson. At first, it looked like it was a sure 3-6-3 or 3-6-1 double play. But now Oakland leads for the first time tonight.
Can't control the hops. Morales is in good position. Ball kicked up on him. Kept it in front of him. Howie Kendrick was quick to his rescue there. That ball came up quickly on him, and at least they got it out. And barely.
Runners advance. Hairston to third, Ellis to second. Cliff Pennington, who had a clutch base hit in the 7th inning when they scored 3 times, takes outside ball 1. And now the Angels have to face the tough members of the Athletics bullpen, and Wirtz and Bailey must come back on them. Shortstop is Turris. His throw in time, but a run scores to break the 3-3 tie. It's now Oakland 4, the Angels 3. Oakland has a 4-3 lead, trying to take 2 of the first 3 games of this series and cut into the Angels' lead in the American League West. Not necessarily for the A's, but for the Texas Rangers, who won tonight 3-0 over the Minnesota Twins. Scott Feldman with a gem in that contest. And here's Michael Wirtz, who is 6-1 this year with a 3.18 earned run average. He has been one of the best right-handed setup men in all of baseball. 6'3", 205, 30 years old, in his 5th big league season. He will face Meiser Turris, Mike Napoli, and Gary Matthews Jr.
Okay, set the table up. Base runners is what the Angels are looking for. Wirtz is going to go first pitch fastballs lots of times. He's going to go about 93, 94 miles an hour. He's got an electric slider and an occasional changeup.
There's Turris with a double and a 2-run home run. The Angels offense again quiet, not doing very much. They had the young guy Ben Mazzaro on the ropes quite often in the early innings, but scored just 3. And Weaver pitched a gem for 6 innings, but threw a lot of pitches and had to come out after 119. Arredondo and Rodriguez unable to do the job, giving up to 4 runs.
Okay, this is a veteran reliever, can pitch in several different roles out of that bullpen. Very durable.
Pulls it to the second baseman, Ellis, who bobbles it, still has time to pick it up and throw out Meiser. 1 down.
Don't you know that Tony Regan's talked to Billy Beane about this guy Wirtz? They'd love to have Wirtz, but the asking price is way too high. See, whenever you have a diamond, you got one of your good player on a non-contending team, or a good pitcher, and you want him, and they're going to really ask for the world for him. Just, sometimes the asking price is just too high.
You know who else would like to have him? The Chicago Cubs would like to have him back with what's gone on with their bullpen. And they didn't give him up for that much. Ball 1 to Mike Napoli.
Like a changeup up.
He was acquired by the A's from the Cubs on February 2nd after spending his entire 11-year pro career in Chicago with the Cubs. Split 2008 between the Cubs and AAA Iowa. I find that hard to believe. When did he figure out the slider? Because he's been nails this year.
Well, you see how quickly guys can pick up pitches. We see Kevin Jepson out there with his nice little new slider he's developed, and he's pinpoint with it. So these guys that are used to that baseball, pitchers that know how to hold that ball and know how to catch the air pocket with the seams and hold it in different areas on the ball, they know how to get it to work for them. That's how they make their living.
Good hitters count for Mike Napoli. Swings and misses at the slider. He was looking for the fastball, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's his out pitch, that slider. It breaks down.
Napoli, 17 home runs this year.
Ooh, man, he got one up there, just missed it.
Yep. Wirtz got a hold in the opener in a 2-0 Athletics victory. As Michael went the 8th, Bailey went the 9th.
All right, we'll check it out. See what Kurt Clutch puts down there. We'll see bottom right corner. Check him out. Looks like a little fastball away. He's moving on the outer half of the plate.
Kennedy has it. Quick toss. Got him. 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning with the Angels trailing the A's 4-3. Ground outs as Wirtz keeps that ball low. Angels have struggled a bit on this homestand, going 2-3. They lost 2 out of 3 to Detroit, won the finale of that contest, and they'll have one more tomorrow in a 12:35 game. Brett Anderson, who's no day at the beach, a talented young left-hander for Oakland, to face John Lackey. And then the Angels hit the road for Seattle, a 3-game series with the Mariners, and then 4 with Kansas City. There's John. He's going for win number 100 in his excellent Angels career tomorrow. Gary Matthews. Ball 1. Gary is 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a double.
Well, many of the sellout crowd tonight are still here. No one has left. They know the best they're hoping is yet to come for the Angels. Going to stick around for another comeback.
He's able to get that slider across. Some fans, I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're having their own competition, and then they're slapping the rally monkey against the baseball glove. Come on.
Change up missed. Junior had a nice double in his last at bat. He'd like to see if he could get one up and elevate one and get it out of here. He's got good pop. You don't get a chance to play every day. The numbers are going to be down some. But he's got. Swung right over the top of that baby. Little change up again. They throw that change up to lefties. Fades away and down. Sliders his out pitch.
And he chases a bad ball in the dirt. Gary hustles towards first. The throw by Suzuki is in time, and the inning is over. So Michael Wirtz continues his terrific season. America's largest mobile-to-mobile calling family. And by FlexYourPower.org. Save money, save energy. Tips at FlexYourPower.org. We're back at the Big A. You're looking at the team store. You can get some great deals in there. And here's a look from our press box at the field down below as the Angels will try and hold Oakland down and then come back in the bottom of the ninth. Adam Kennedy will lead things off. He is 1 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Also singled, stole a base in the third inning. Adam now batting .280. He has over 400 at bats this year. Remember, he started 2009 with St. Louis. Ball struck towards center field. Hunter coming on and makes the catch for out number 1.
A good jump on that ball there.
Mike Scioscia trying to save his bullpen, which has worked so much the last couple of weeks, and that's why he had to go with Arredondo, who threw 34 pitches last night, and Rodriguez. But they did not do the job as they gave up 4 runs and denied Jared Weaver of his 14th victory. Here's Rajai Davis out of Norwich, Connecticut. He's had a very good game and a good series as well. 4 hits. He has a double and a single, and it was a single that tied the game in the 7th inning. Sent one up the middle. Line drive past Morales, the 3rd hit of the game for Rajai Davis.
Yeah, just going with the pitch there, just slapped at it. Stroke gets aboard with 1 out here.
Oakland's closer Andrew Bailey warming up. He'll face the Angels' number 9 hitter Howie Kendrick, then Sean Figgins and Bobby Abreu in the 9th inning. This guy has been terrific this year, one of the top rookie closers in baseball. Piling up the strikeouts. We will see him in the 9th. First things first, as the Angels trying to hold down the Athletics, and Kurt Suzuki is the batter with a double and a walk tonight. He's also flied out twice to right field. Davis was picked off on a wonderful move by Mike Napoli, who threw behind when Davis wandered too far off the bag, and his throw right on the money to Kendry Morales, who swiped with the tag and got Davis. Big throw over again.
I expect to see him go any pitch.
He does not, and the pitch is taken low. Kurt batting .277, 11 home runs, 62 RBIs. Down low, 2 balls and no strikes, so Rodriguez again falling behind in the count, and that cost him in the 7th and 8th. He had an 0-2 count with Jack Cust, and then worked a full count and walked him to open the 8th inning. In a 3-3 game, that can turn into a disaster, and it did. Barton's ground out scored him from third. (3-0). So worried about the man at first base, he forgot about the most important man on the field, and that's the guy in the batter's box.
Would doubt if he's swinging 3-0. I'd take a pitch.
And the runner is going to throw by Mike is not in time. A stolen base for Rajai Davis. It's his 29th this year.
You don't see a lot of guys steal on a 3-0 pitch, but he got too good a jump. He started to lead before Rodriguez even threw home.
Yeah, but what if he's thrown out?
He's not. Watch how quick his feet are, though. Look at that. See that jump? He's already off and at full speed. Quick steps. Man.
Let's say he comes off the bag and is tagged out. He might be in trouble if he comes back to that dugout. He might.
So Davis is jockeying around out there, getting in the mind of Rodriguez some.
He's just not ready to throw. No play on, and he's making his life a mess. And for the rest of the guys on the field, because this is a guy who proved himself this year in the minor leagues. A 1.80 ERA, 6 earned runs in 30 innings. Suzuki tried to hold his swing back, but went after the slider. He was so sure that it was going to be a fastball that when it was a slider, he could not hold up in time. Davis singled, stole second base.
Hey, Howie broke. Whenever an infielder breaks to the bag and opens his glove or his hand, it's just an open invitation to let the pitcher know that I'm going. You can throw if you want.
Suzuki lifts it foul back and out of play, and they'll try it again at 3-2 with 1 out in the 9th inning. Angels trailing by a run after leading 3-0. Oakland came back with 3 in the 7th to tie it, 1 in the 8th to grab the lead. Angels will have to come back again. They came back from a 6-1 deficit last night. Hit sharply to right field. Abreu is there, makes the catch. No advance by Davis. He is back at second base. 2 outs now on the lineup.
Okay, Rajay Davis, he had a chance to go back and tag up and go on that to third base, but he didn't. I don't know what that was all about, but you know, even though you can tag and go over there and be at third with 2 outs, there's a lot of ways to score from third base.
It may take away Rodriguez's best pitch, his ability to throw that slider in the dirt if he's at third base.
That was a bad read.
Here is Eric Patterson. He came on to pinch run for Jack Cust in the 8th inning after Cust had walked and would score the go-ahead run. So he's batting for the first time, and he has hit very well in the minor leagues, but not so well in the bigs. Just 5 for 30. Same story with his brother Corey, who's a big prospect with the Cubs.
It's a big hitter right here for Rodriguez. Got 2 outs. And Strand Davis. I want them to get a little extra insurance run for Bailey, who's tough as a closer.
Patterson pops it up. Shallow left. Is Turris out there to make the catch? We head to the bottom of the 9th. Andrew Bailey throws his final pitch before he faces Kendrick, Figgins, and Abreu. To come back on the Oakland Athletics. They trail 4-3 going to the bottom of the 9th inning, and one of the top young closers in the game is on the hill. 6'3", 234-pound Andrew Bailey trying to save it for Oakland.
All right, now lots of times you can't control the batting order and who's coming up, but Socia had to have 2 guys that could get on base. We'd like these guys that are up right here, Howie Kendrick and Sean Figgins. They're 9-1 batters.
Bailey, good fastball. Kendrick showing bunt, gets it down. Bailey up with it. His throw in time, 1 out.
Okay, remember, Torrey Hunter did the bunt on Bailey, and Bailey didn't make the play on it. That was earlier in game 1, I believe. Got just a little bit too close to the pitcher. If he bunts that down the line, that's an easy base hit. A good try. No doubt about it, but it's hard to bunt a mid-90s fastball, but he just almost made a nice play to get on base. But now Figgy will try to find a hole.
Figgins has been on twice with a single and a walk. He also reached on an error in the 6th inning, so on 3 times. And he's been on base more than any other player in baseball. 234 now. First pitch fastball, upstairs, ball 1, trying to get Sean to chase the high heat. Crowd stirring here at the Big A. 43,011 tonight. We expect a good crowd tomorrow, but we understand great seats are still available for the final game of this series, and Lackey is going for number 100. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. It's a 2-2 count. Bailey's been terrific. He has converted each of his last 14 save opportunities dating back to June 17. Leads the Major League rookies and ranks 10th among all American League in saves with 19.
Throws 95% fastballs, and he throws them hard. Little slider.
Chopper foul as Sean tried to check his swing. It looked like he was going to enter the zone anyway, so he's fortunate to still be out there at 2-2.
That little slider almost got Fig an infield hit. Kennedy's going to be playing in. Torrey Hunter can't wait to get up. He's hoping that they get to him. Must be a tough loss for the Angels and Weaver. They can't get any across.
They led 3-0 going to the 7th. But the Angels pitching has hurt them much of the year. Granted, a starting rotation has been hit by so many injuries. Kelvin Escobar out for the year. Of course, the death of Nick Edenhart. 13 different pitchers. When Scott Kazmir gets here, he'll be the 14th starting pitcher used by the Angels this year. But the bullpen also hit with the loss of Scott Shields. And there is a sharply struck ball that is picked off by Pennington. High throw, not in time, infield hit. Or we'll see if they rule it an error on Pennington.
That's an awfully tough play to a speedy runner. You know, it's a short hop. It's on the line. It's not hit hard, but it's a tough one to judge. And if you don't catch it cleanly, a speedy runner, you're not going to get him out. Okay, now it comes up on him. I'm gonna say that that's a hit because Figgy's speed. Now he had to rush the throw to get it over there. He gets it up and out. Now it really doesn't matter if it's a hit or an error to Sean Figgins. They need a base runner, and he ducked at the last minute, and they couldn't make the tag. Barton couldn't.
They ruled it a base hit.
That's okay. I got no problem with that. This is tough out right there. A tough play for a shortstop to make. Now, Abreu's got a chance.
Regardless, the tying run is on. And Bobby takes a first pitch fastball right there for him. He is in a slump. 3 for his last 24. And he's let some runners out there tonight.
That ball was on a tee. Slider Abreu took him deep in Oakland.
That won the game for John Lackey. Bobby Abreu talking with him later. I said, would you have swung at the first pitch? And he said, yeah, I was ready. I was going to say, in my zone, I'm taking a rip. The first pitch to Bobby in the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum was a high fastball, but he said, I was ready for it, but when I saw him release it, I knew it was going to be high. So I said, well, I'm going to do the same thing second pitch, and he took a rip and won the game.
Okay, he's looking for a fastball here.
Popped him up, left side. 2 outs. Figgins tagging at first, going to second. He's out to end the ball game.
Oh, leaving Torrey Hunter on deck. Now, it was a gamble. Play was right in front of him. Didn't need a coach to tell him what to do, but Harrison comes up with a game-ending outfield assist. You don't see that very often. Sean's making up his mind now. He says, I can do it. Okay, better make sure with the power hitter on deck that you make it. Plays right in front of him. Nice tag by Ellis. The ball beat him.